Surprise, what's popping, y'all? What's up with everybody on this Tuesday evening? Listen, man, we got a lot to talk about. And we're gonna open up the panel, and I need people to make this stuff make sense to me. We ain't come to play around. We ain't come to worry about people's feelings. We talking in straight facts tonight, y'all. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here tonight, man. We in here tonight. Listen, bro. I'm opening up the panel, and I need answers. I'm gonna give people some time to get in here. In case you're wondering what the topic of the show is, you see the title, bro. I'm holding firm. I dropped a video labeled. I suggest you go check it out. The subject of that video says "Real Talk." Terence Crawford need to fire Brian McIntyre, aka Bomac, ASAP. Need to get rid of him ASAP. A lot of people like the video. A lot of people dislike the video. So I say, cool. Y'all don't like the video. Let's do a live stream and let's talk about it. And you can come up here and tell me why I'm wrong. But I guarantee you this. Your boy Knockout, we got receipts, we got logic, we got facts. I think sometimes when people see these videos or they see these live streams, they don't understand all the research and all the hard work that goes in behind the scenes for this content to get delivered to you guys. I know a lot of you do. But in case you thought that Knockout just be talking or he don't really have any substance to his argument and he don't know what he's talking about, well, we here tonight and I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna show you what's popping straight up and down. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Before we do though, I want to give people some time to come in here. So for the, we'll give it 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, let it warm up. Then we're going to get to the roll call. Then once we get to the roll call, we're going to lay this down. And then I'm going to open up the panel, and I need people to come tell me I'm wrong. Listen, if you agree with me, that's cool. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I need my panel is for people that disagree with me tonight. For the most part. If ain't nobody coming on except for the people that rock with your boy, we can come on. We can all chop it all up. But tonight is the night. For if you disagree with me, if you don't understand the premise, if you got any questions of how I got to the conclusion that I got to, then you're welcome to come up and explain to me why I'm wrong. That's what we on tonight. Sipping on this red wine. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my, hold on. Can't, there it is. Sipping on this red wine, feeling good. Salute to everybody in the building. Smash the like button as you come through. Couple of housekeeping items, you know what I'm saying? The record 6-0 last week. We got all our picks right last week, so you see the record. We up to 194 right, only 40 wrong. Also, smash the like button. It's free. If you can't if you can't donate to the channel, you see the CashApp right there. Hashtag Knockout Boxing 86. All donations are appreciated. They give me the tools that I need to continue to go hard on this channel. You can also hit that cash app. You can also hit that super chat button. All of that stuff is appreciated, man. So we got people coming in the building. Couple of orders of business. Some news, because I was about to shoot some videos today, and I was like, nah, man, I'm finna do this live stream, and I'm finna study for it. And I'm gonna give these people snippets. I'm gonna give these people everything I can so that they can understand where your boy is coming from tonight. And then we opening up the panel. I need answers to some of the questions that I have. Let me so first and foremost, so there's an article going around about Gervonta Tank Davis right now and possibly a Vasily Lomachenko fight. His trainer Calvin Ford. I'm trying to find the article. Give me 1 second. I want to read it to you guys verbatim, word for word. Here we go. So this is what Calvin Ford, his trainer, had to say. He says, we're waiting on that fight with Lomachenko. It's going to be a chess match. I don't know if Loma will take the chances that he will with Tank, but that's a mega fight, to tell you the truth. It's a fight that people have been waiting on. I don't know what his next fight is, but 2022 is going to be a really interesting year for all of them, to tell you the truth, because they got to fight each other. Listen, man, if this is how Calvin Ford is talking, this is how he coming. I know him to be a stand-up dude. I know him to be somebody that's very, very honorable. And coming from the background he come from, I take him serious. And let me say this, I maintain this. I believe Tank's next fight is gonna be a good one, y'all. I believe Gervonta Tank Davis's next fight is gonna be a good one, off the strength of they can't have back-to-back stinkers, bro. They can't have back-to-back clunkers. And although the Isak Pitbull Cruz fight it turned out great. You know what I'm saying? It turned out to be a very good fight in the ring. But as far as how it performed financially, it couldn't have done good. And all you have to do is read the writing on the wall. You go look at the Barrios pay-per-view. You go look at the pay-per-view with Leo Santa Cruz, Leonard Ellerbe, Steven Espinoza, Floyd Mayweather, Showtime, Mayweather Promotions. They was quick to report those numbers. They was happy about those numbers. They was, oh, he did this, tank a star, tank this. As soon as the Isak Pitbull Cruz numbers came back, all we heard was crickets. All we heard was crickets. You know what I'm saying? That's all we heard when that fight came back, simply off the strength of they ashamed of the numbers. I don't care what you tell me, knockout, you don't have the numbers. Yeah, that's because they ain't reported them. People hide shit that they ashamed of, and I maintain that. So I ain't saying it's gonna be Loma. What I'm saying is I like how Calvin Ford is talking. I love how Calvin Ford is talking, and I love how the position that Tank is in right now, to where people are finally like demanding greatness of him, because I think he got the potential to be absolutely positively great, like all-time great talent. You know, that combination of skills and power, we don't see that shit all the time. So it's about time. And if it's Lomachenko, that's what I hope, because I think that'll make sure that we get Devin Haney and Kambosos, and then let the two winners fight each other, bro. I don't see what the problem is. Listen, the top four, however you want to put it, in my opinion, the top four people in the lightweight division, you got Gervonta Davis, Vasily Lomachenko, Devin Haney, and George Kambosos. You put them in whatever order you want to put them in. I got an idea who I think washes all of them and beats up all of them, but you put them in whatever order you want to put them in. I think the fights to be made to really get the lightweight division popping, we need Gervonta Davis and Lomachenko. Had that fight within a month or a month and a half, at the same time that we get Devin Haney and Kambosos, and let the two fighters square off to see who the best. Let the two winners square off to see who the best is. Let them square off to see who the best is. Other big news that we want to talk about before we get to the main topic of the show. You know what I'm saying? L-Dub, my brother L-Dub Boxing. He gonna be on the live show with me Friday night. We're gonna be breaking down and we're gonna be predicting the entire Gary Russell Jr., Mark Mexayo card. So y'all don't want to miss that show Friday night. Y'all do not want to miss that show Friday night. We're gonna, among other big news, we're gonna be doing that whole fight card. So come through from the breakdown for the breakdowns, come through for the predictions. I'm gonna have L-Dub Boxing on here. He said he's gonna be a little late. You know, we're gonna chop it up until he get here. But once he get in the building, we're gonna be breaking down and predicting the entire Gary Russell Mark Mexayo card. As far as and some other news, Nonito Donaire versus Monster Inoue 2. That's almost finalized. That's almost finalized is what we're hearing. Let me make sure I can read it to you guys. Here we go. Boom. Let me find it. I just saw it, y'all. Let me find this for you. While that's going on, Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios might be a WBC title eliminator. I got a whole video coming on that one. I don't know how you be out the ring 30 months and you get a final eliminator, a title eliminator for the WBC. Make that make sense. I got an idea, but I don't want to go too far off out on a tangent, because that's a whole live stream in and of itself. That's a whole video in and of itself. It's bullshit. It's bullshit is what I will say. I think that's a complete and total bullshit thing to do from the WBC. And yet again, they get another one wrong. Let's go to Donito Donaire. You know what I'm saying? He says, I'm going to come in with a strategy behind a strategy, and if it fails, there's another one that'll come in. When he talks about his plans with Inoue, he says, I believe there will be a lot of familiarity with the way Inoue moves and his action, but I don't want to put a thing where I'm expecting something and it doesn't come and I fall into a trap. Listen, it was a great fight. Nonito Donaire challenged Inoue in a way that I haven't seen him challenge, and I think it's a great rematch. And salute to Inoue for taking the fight. He had a subpar 2021 in my opinion. Dash Marinez and Diapin, like, nah, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck. Those fighters are far worse than Isak Pitbull Cruz and Rolly Romero. I'm sorry, Isak Pitbull Cruz and Mario Barrios. Gervonta Davis had a better 2021 than Monster Inoue, and a lot of fighters did. He had a subpar 2021, but hopefully 2022 he started off with a bang. You know, you get Donaire in there, no one can complain about that fight. So I can't wait to see that fight. Boxing is starting off crunk. We got Chocolatito Estrada coming up. You know what I'm saying? We got this fight. This fight is being made and finalized. They're reporting Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. They're reporting Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano. Boxing turning up, y'all. Boxing is turning up. But let me get a roll call going, because we've been going for about 10 minutes. Let's get the roll call going. Let's see who all we got in the building. Let me scroll back up to the top, and then we gonna cook. And then we are going to cook. And I will drop the drop the link, and I need the people that disagree with me or agree with me. I need y'all to come up here and tell me where I'm wrong. Mr. Mechanical in the building. Salute to you, Mr. Mechanical. Salute to you. Y'all smash the like button as you get in here. Salute to Crush the Legend in the building. My brother Mike Rhyme is in here. Corbin Phoenix then came through. Salute, Corbin. My co-host, KQKC Boxing Network. Y'all go subscribe to my brother, KQKC Boxing Network. Always doing outstanding work over on his channel and always showing me love. So y'all be sure to subscribe to KQKC. Who else we got in here? Coach in the building. What's up, Coach? How you doing? Salute to you. Boxing matchups with Dwayne Freeman. Y'all go subscribe to my brother Dwayne Freeman as well. Salute to you, Dwayne. Thank you for coming through. My beautiful wife is in the building. Salute, babe. Appreciate you as always. Everything boxing in the building. Salute to my brother Keith. Fire show today. I suggest y'all go check out his show that he dropped today. They was cooking. Oh, they was cooking over there, man. Got me through my entire afternoon, bro. That shit was fire. So great show. Great job as always, my brother. Dundada up in the building. What's up, Dundada? Salute to you for coming through. Karma 123. Salute to you, my brother. This Skywalker, nickname given by KQKC Tim Mouzet from France. He ain't really from France, but that's how I say his damn name. Mouzet is in the building. Salute to you, Tim Mouzet. Let's see who else we got up in here. Cassandra has come through. Salute to you, Cassandra. Appreciate you for coming through. Not me is here. What's up? Not me. Not who? Not me. Not you. Not us. Not me, though. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate you coming through. My fellow Cowboys fan, licking our wounds right now. W_right side is up in the building. Salute W_right side. We are very sad right now, but we will be back next year. That's for sure. Chi-Town's finest is in the building. Salute to you, Chi-Town in the building, man. So let's get to it. So Bomac ass need to be fired. Bomac need to be fired effective immediately. All right. And I got a few reasons why I say that. But I don't just want to talk today. I want to come with some receipts and then give you my reasons for why I'm saying that. So we're going to call this Exhibit A. Exhibit A. Here we go.
Because we went the WBO route. It's easy to go the WBO route. You went the
easy route. Now, why is this bad for Bomac? Listen, he's the manager. I want y'all to keep this into perspective. When you somebody's manager, your job is to shine them in the best possible light. Your job is to make smart decisions for them. Your job is when you out in the public, you do things and you say things that are in their best interest. And the whole time that I've been on YouTube, it's only been a little over a year now. All I've heard from Terence Crawford fans, all I've heard from his team is Errol, easy route, Spence. He took the easy route. Now, people with common sense and people who understand logic knew that he meant, hey, I'm going to take this easy route over here because this is where all the fights at. This is where I can get it popping. This is where we under the same promotional banner. We on the same network. These fights are easier to make. But for the longest, you got Bomac, Terence Crawford. You got Tim Bradley, who, you know, I think he kicked himself out of Terence Crawford team based on his recent comments surrounding the Bob Abrams situation. You got Bernie the boxer. Yeah, we ain't holding nothing back. We saying people names today. If you don't like, hey man, come deal with these facts. We dropping links today. So you got all these people pushing easy route Spence. And so if you Bomac, you know that's the message. You know that's what y'all trying to give to the people. Spence is ducking you. He's fighting the people on his side of the street because he don't want no smoke with Terence Bud Crawford. That's what you're trying to push. And then you come out on the airways in public for people to see. Salute to my brother, Mr. Mechanical. Salute to my brother, Mark Sturms in the building. You come out here for everybody to see. For you to only say y'all chose to fight Jeff Horn, because it was the easy route. So does it mean the same thing for you? Were you ducking Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia and the PBC fighters when you took your easy route, bro? Is that what you were doing? Is that what your guy was doing? Was he ducking, or was he going the Jeff Horn route because that made the most business sense? Because Jeff Horn is a top-ranked fighter, so that business is easier to make. I need answers. I need to know which one. And so if your job as a manager is to make sure you ain't putting your foot in your mouth, if your job as a manager is to make sure that you ain't shining your fighter in a negative light, then how in the hell do you let some stupid stuff like that come out your mouth? How do you let that come out your mouth? Remember, we talking about a guy whose fighter was like, yo, they made up sides of the street when it came to me. I had never heard that, which we all know is a lie, but you understand that's the message. Crawford is the boogeyman. Crawford is the man that nobody want to see. Don't nobody want to fight him, right? And so if that's the case, if all this is true, then how do you openly admit in public for everyone to see and screenshot and screen record that you had your fighter do the same thing? How do you admit this shit?
Because we went the WBO route. It's easy to go the WBO route.
Make that shit make sense, bro. Make that,
because we went the WBO route. It's easy to go the WBO route. You went the
how that makes sense? How does that make sense? It makes absolutely positively no sense. Crawford went the WBO route because that's the easier business to do, and Bob Arum controls that shit because the WBO belt is usually a top-ranked fighter. So it's an in-house fight where you don't have to do no cross-promotional shit. So you go do that. We all understand that when it comes to Terence Crawford. But Terence Crawford fanboys and his team, they act like they didn't understand that shit when it came to Errol Spence. They act like they didn't understand that shit when it come to Errol Spence. So that's one point. And I got so many points, bro. I'm telling you, some of y'all probably ain't even gonna want to come up on the panel when I get done, bro. I'm telling you right now. It's gonna get bad, bro. That's just the beginning. That's probably the weakest point I got today, to be perfectly honest with y'all, and that was a good one. So we gotta understand that you can't talk out of two sides of your mouth. One side can't say we taking the easy route, and this mean, oh man, you taking the easy route because you scared. You taking the easy route because you don't want this smoke. But the other side take the easy route and mean, oh, that's just good business shit. It's an in-house fight. It's the same shit for Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. So that's one reason. If you Bomac, how you let that shit come out your mouth, that could get you fired right there. But that ain't enough. Let's keep going. How about if you're a manager, isn't it your job to be looking at the landscape and shit and see what possible big fights could be out there for your fighter and shit, right? Like, ain't you supposed to be looking around like, shit, okay, this fight over here, he got a big name, he bringing in the bags and shit. If my fighter fight him, that's a mega fight. This fighter over there, you know what I'm saying? If my fighter fight him, that's a mega fight. Okay, this company right here, they got all the fighters and shit. All right, I need to make sure that I play nice with them. I ain't saying we got to sign to them and them, but I need to make sure I got a good relationship with them. So when it comes to negotiations for my fighters and shit, that I ain't really got to worry about them trying to shit on my fighter because I didn't treat them all badly and I was smart about it. Bomac does the opposite. He does the opposite of showing decorum, right? He does the opposite. He does the opposite of showing professionalism, right? This is the opposite of that shit. What's the opposite of that shit? Explain this to.
I gotta ask again. Pacquiao Spence. Who do you think wins that fight, Bomac?
You just want me to say it, don't you? You really want me to say it?
I really would just like your opinion on the fight.
I don't give a fuck about that fight.
Okay. You don't give either man the edge to win, nothing like that.
I'm gonna say it again. I don't give a crying corn's ass about that fight.
Okay, so let me get this straight, Bomac. Let me take a sip. Bomac. You don't care. Let me just hold on. Let me make sure. I want to make sure everybody heard.
Gotta ask again. Pacquiao Spence. Who do you think wins that fight, Bomac?
You just want me to say it, don't you? You really want me to say it?
I really would just like your opinion on the fight.
I don't give a fuck about that fight.
Okay. You don't give either man the edge to win, nothing like that.
I'm gonna say it again. I don't give a crying corn's ass about that fight.
So let me understand this then. So not only do you put your foot in the mouth with the easy route, we made that point. But now let's talk about how stupid this shit is, right? You don't care about the Pacquiao Spence fight. You don't care. You don't give about a Corns. I don't know. You don't care about the fight. You don't give a F about the Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao fight. But your fighter is Terence Crawford. Your fighter is Terence Crawford, who is considered either number 1 or number 2 as a welterweight right now in the world. A lot of people have him number 1. At minimum, people who really know boxing will probably have him somewhere between number 1 and number 5, pound for pound. That's your fighter. You manage him. Remember, we're talking about Bomac, the manager. You know, it's my job to look out for you, to make sure I always have your best interest at heart. How is that in Terence Crawford's best interest for you to come out and say you don't give a damn about Spence and Pacquiao? What's the biggest possible fight at welterweight for Terence Crawford when it comes to money, when it comes to getting that bag? They're prize fighting, right? They're prize fighters. They're fighting for purses. So why would you come out and say you don't care about that fight? You don't want your fighter to get the winner? You don't want your fighter to be in position to negotiate with the winner of that fight to get the biggest bag of his career? Somebody type in the chat right now a fighter that's going to get more money for Terence Crawford than Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao when Manny Pacquiao was active when these comments were made. What fighter gets him more money, bro? Who's going to be a bigger fight for him? Who's going to give him the opportunity to be on pay-per-view and give him the biggest purse and have an opportunity to get some back-end pay-per-view money at that time if it wasn't Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao? Who? I need answers. So if you my manager, isn't that pretty stupid from a business perspective? Isn't that pretty dumb from a business perspective? My homie Ricky Williams in the building. Salute to Ricky. Y'all go subscribe to Ricky. He be laying down fire, bro. And Money Brown TV is up here. Salute, Money. Salute, bro. I don't think I caught you when you came in. Salute to Sheena in the building. I see you. But y'all let me know, bro. Y'all let me know who gonna give him that bag like that. And ain't it as Bomac as his manager, ain't it your job to know that shit? So you want to fumble the biggest bag of Terence Crawford's career because you worried about your feelings and it's F Spence and F Pacquiao and you don't care about the fight. What if they was the type to hold grudges, right? How about this? How about this? You've been chasing Errol Spence for one division, and I don't even really think you've been chasing him, but let's buy into that narrative real quick, shall we? You've been chasing Errol Spence for one division. Shakur Stevenson been chasing Oscar Valdez since they was down at 126. Somebody typed the number of times in the chat. Y'all heard Shakur Stevenson's managers. He was used to be managed by Andre Ward, and he's currently managed by Ja Prince. Have anybody ever heard either Andre Ward or Ja Prince come out and say F Oscar Valdez versus Burchell or F Oscar Valdez? I don't give a damn about that fight. When have their managers who are supposed to act in Shakur's best interest, have y'all heard him say that? And he been chasing his op. He been chasing Oscar Valdez through two divisions, through two separate divisions. Has anybody ever heard that? Have y'all ever heard Ja Prince or Jay Prince say F Oscar Valdez? And his fighter been chasing Valdez through multiple divisions. I ain't never heard that shit. I ain't never heard that shit. Corbin says negative 1 million times. Facts. Rax Music, salute to my brother in the building. Facts. I ain't say it was the biggest fight in boxing, Dundada, but you understand the parallel, and I understand you on your contrarian shit, but not today, bro. We spit nothing but facts. We spit nothing but facts, and you can come on this link and you can get it too when I drop the link, bro. It's on today, dog. Like I'm not here for the contrarian shit just to be different and disagree. The fact of the matter is you got one manager in Bomac who's saying F the biggest fights of his fighter's career. F Spence, F Pacquiao, F everybody. And then you got another manager that's moving in silence. You got another, or silence, I should say. You got another manager in Ja Prince that ain't over here talking negative about the fighter that he want to see his fighter in the ring with, because he know these dudes have feelings and pride and shit. And what if you mess up the bag for your fighter because you talking out the side of your neck? What if that happened? That's stupid to me, bro. I don't care what none of y'all say. That's dumb. If you a manager, get out your feelings, right? Get out of your emotions and manage your fighter and act in his best interest. Why are you so emotional? Why are you so emotional about a fight that just makes a fight with your fighter bigger? What, huh? How that makes sense? Why are you so emotional about a fight, Spence versus Pacquiao, that fight makes a fight with your fighter bigger? How that makes sense? How do that work, bro? You can't explain that to me. You can't get it to make sense, bro, because it never will. That's some dumb shit to say. So that's two, and I still ain't to my strongest points yet. But let's hear it again.
I gotta ask again, Pacquiao, Spence, who do you think wins that fight, Bomac?
You just want me to say it, don't you?
I
You really want me to say it?
I really would just like your opinion on the fight.
I don't give a fuck about that fight.
You don't give either man the edge to win, nothing like that.
I'm going to say it again. I don't give a crying corn's ass about that fight.
Salute to the homie and new. He says Bob couldn't make the fight because PBC froze him out. Okay, I understand that. So why didn't Bob or why didn't Terence Crawford say, hey, look, bro, you ain't making these fights. I need out of here. I need to go bye-bye because you can't make these fights for me. He re-signed to him back in 2018. Ain't nobody freezing him out. Why didn't they call a bluff? Why didn't they say, man, I heard you talking and shit. You said 60-40. Send that shit. Let's get it popping. Why not call a bluff or two? That's what smart business people do, right? They don't say 50-50 no fight. They don't have their team going out here shitting on people left and right. They do shit. They move. They maneuver in a way to act in the best interest of their fighter. Hey, bud, listen. We gonna call this bluff. I don't even think that he really meant that shit, but we gonna call this bluff. We gonna, instead of just talking shit, we gonna tell him send that shit. Send that shit right now. Let's get it popping. But nah, he don't have them type of advisors around him. He got people that allow people to cohort them into saying dumbass shit like this.
Because we went the WBO route. It's easier to go the WBO route. You went the
I gotta ask again, Pacquiao, Spence, who do you think wins that fight, Bomac?
You just want me to say it, don't you? You really want me to say it?
I really would just like your opinion on the fight.
I don't give a fuck about that fight.
Let me ask y'all something. The freeze out argument. So when have you heard in competition? Because all of these promoter companies are in competition. When have you heard of a promotional company going out of their way to say, hey man, I'm finna help you out. I'm finna give you the biggest fight. We're gonna stop what we doing over here, and I'm gonna give you this big fight over here. They not just gonna do that. Don't you have to have something to coerce them? Don't you have to show some flexibility? So let me ask y'all this. Was the PBC freezing out Bob Arum and Bud Crawford, or was Bob Arum and Bud Crawford being inflexible? Were they being rigid with their demands? What do you think is more likely? We know how cheap Bob Arum is. Bob Arum got Bud Crawford his biggest bag off of a mandatory because he didn't want the shit to go to purse bid. So you mean to tell me that that's not more likely that maybe Bob Arum and Terence Bud Crawford tried to play hardball with no leverage? That's what y'all want to tell me, bro? Make that shit make sense. It don't make sense. But I'm not done yet. And I want to give people time to come up, so I'm going to keep going. We got the easy route argument, right? We got I'm going to say F the biggest fight. I'm going to say F the fighters that are in the fight that makes my fight with my fighter bigger. I'm going to say F the biggest possible fights of my fighter career. I'm telling you, I'm on Bomac helmet. I ain't letting up. Crawford is in his best interest to let him go and get somebody that understands what they're doing in his corner, man, to help him manage his career, because Bomac is doing an absolutely positively horrible job, bro. He doing horrible. Now, let's talk about this. I'm going to share the screen. Because, see, I went to go on Twitter to find these tweets, and they took them down. Now, you tell me why somebody would take a tweet down if it was good. Why would someone take a tweet down if they was working in their best interest, if they didn't feel like they put their foot in their mouth? But let's share it so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's do that right there. Give me one. No, that ain't the one. We're going to get there right here. Let me make it big so y'all can see. There we go. I think y'all see it just fine. This is from Bomac. Brian McIntyre back in 2019. Back in 2019. I'm going to leave this right here for all you Spence fans. They say a drunk ain't ish. Now, this was dropped on October 9th, 2019. That's when he said this. Let me go see, because I haven't done my I don't really know why he would say something like that. But let's talk about why that's important and why that's some dumbass shit to do if you Bomac. Let's go talk about why that's a fireable offense if you Bomac. Salute to Leon Robinson in the building. Salute to Mac of the South in the building. Sheena say you on fire, knockout. I'm here to cook today. I didn't come to play with these people. I didn't come to play with none of y'all because y'all be acting like people are stupid, man. Y'all be acting like people don't do your research. When did Errol? Does anybody remember when Errol Spence got in his accident? Can y'all type it in the chat for me? Because I'm going off the top right now. I believe, wasn't it in October of 2019? Wasn't it around the same time as this tweet? Let me know. Didn't he get in the accident right after the Sean Porter fight? Am I tripping? Am I tripping or something? Somebody let me know in the chat. Somebody let me know in the chat real quick. Y'all saluting right now. I need y'all to be paying attention. I need to know what's going on. October 2019. Sheena says, get him. Okay. Kobe was alive. Okay, get him. Okay, yeah. So we all on the same page. So let me get this straight. You mean to tell me you gonna type a tweet like that, which, by the way, if you go looking for it, it ain't up no more. It ain't up no more. Ricky Williams says, yes, it was October 2019. All right, cool. It ain't up no more. He took it down. Why would he take that shit down? What if Spence is the prideful type? What if Spence, like, basically you saying it's cool if something bad happened to me? A drunk ain't ish. I'm going to leave this here for y'all Spence fans. So you happy. You happy that the man had a near fatal car accident. Why are you so happy? Sir Ambo, what's up with you? Why are you so happy that the man had a near fatal car accident? Why are you talking like that? Not only that, let's talk about it selfishly, even if you feel that way. Do Oscar Valdez and Emmanuel Navarrete have the same fan base? Does Canelo Alvarez and Oscar Valdez have the same fan base? I won't wait for y'all to answer. The answer is yes. They have the same fan base. Do you hear? Maybe Canelo Alvarez can't stand Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Maybe he can't stand him, bro. Maybe he don't like David Benavidez. But what you won't hear is his team coming out here and shitting on them because they share the same fan base. So how do you think some of your fans who root for you, because I know Bud Crawford fanboys don't understand this, but a lot of your fans are Errol Spence fans, bro. So if you Bomac and you come out and you say some shit like that, a drunk ain't ish, you hurting yourself. You hurting Terence Crawford simply off the strength of some of his fans might get pissed. You might turn them off. Nitty G in the building. Salute to you. You might turn some of them off, bro. You might turn some of them off simply off the strength of they like, damn, bro, like you wishing death on people. Like, we can't rock with that. Now we team Spence even more heavy. Maybe there was a lot of 50-50 fans that like, yo, I like Spence, but I like Crawford. I don't really know who I like more. And maybe your tweet back in 2019 turned them off from your fighter altogether, bro. Maybe they ain't like that. Maybe it's some fans out there that are fans of your fighter. Maybe they know somebody who had a bad car accident because they was partying a little too hard. And maybe they know somebody that lost their life, and you just lost your fighter, a fan for life, doing some dumb shit and saying some dumb shit like that because you can't keep your thumbs off your phone, bro. In the middle of eating 2 chicken sandwiches at the same time. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Why would you're a manager, right? You professional, right? You supposed to be with the big wigs making $1 million deals, and you tweeting dumb shit like that? I refuse. We got on the lady who was calling people monkeys that judged the Michael Fox fight. We got on her helmet. We gonna get on Bomac helmet the same, because stupid shit, ignorant shit deserves to get called out. And that's some dumb shit. That hurts everybody. Especially your fighter. How could you say something like that, bro? And what if Spence is like, look, man, you said that about me. What if he take it personal? He say, man, I ain't never fighting him because of what your manager said. You just screwed, and now Pacquiao is retired. So you just ran the risk of screwing your fighter out of the biggest bag of his career because you can't keep your hands off of the Twitter. You can't keep your thumbs off of Twitter. You have to go hard on Twitter. Oh, man, shit, Spence ain't the only big fight for Crawford. Spence ain't the only big fight for Crawford, man. He can go up to 154. He can fight this person. He can fight that person. The PBC owns all of 147 and 154, bro. What if Al Heyman take that, like, say, bro, why you, like, huh? You say what? Man, we ain't dealing with you. We ain't dealing with you. It is what it is. Boxing Hog 28, feel free to come up. I'm dropping the link, bro. I ain't even taking up for Spence. I'm trying to help Terence Crawford. He need to fire the shit out of Bomac. I'll be dropping the link in a minute, though, bro. I'll be dropping the link in a minute. You can come plead your case if you have time. My good brother, please smash the like button. Just because you disagree with me don't mean you can't smash the like. Please do. Please do. It's much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Cash App right there as well. And you can hit that super chat button. It is what it is. Oh, no, he got a wrench because he cool. Boxing Hog is cool. I don't mind disagreements. Just when it's time, slide up here. I don't know how you don't have a wrench. What's your point? Number one facts? And you may disagree with me one day, but Boxing Hog is cool. He disagreed. That's cool. Just make sure you keep that same energy and please come up here when I drop the link so we can talk about it. Because somebody let me know when I stop talking facts and I'll stop talking altogether. Somebody please let me know when I say something that isn't a fact that can't be factually proved and I'll stop talking. So if you Bomac, Brian McIntyre, you run the risk of your fighter not being able to get any big fights because of the shit that you're saying. How does that make sense? How does that make sense for you to do? Because PBC got Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano, they got Errol, Spence, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, all the fights that we think are big fights for Terence Crawford at 147 and 154 pounds, the only big fights, they all with the PBC. So why would you go on record basically saying you cool? If like I'm paraphrasing, but if Spence get in a wreck and we don't know what happened to him and the car flip and it's a convertible and he get thrown out the car and it could be a fatal accident and your reaction to it is drunks ain't ish. That's for all y'all Spence fans. Drunks ain't ish. If that's your reaction to the shit, don't that? I mean, ain't it safe to say like you cool if something happened to that man? Ain't that what it's saying? like how that don't make sense to y'all, bro? Because it makes sense to me. But anyway, we'll keep it going, bro. We'll keep it going. We ain't gonna stop. I got one more thing, and this is the biggest issue. So if all of these things happen one time, like sometimes you might tweet some shit, right? You might tweet some shit, and you might be like, damn, I shouldn't have tweeted that, and you send it back. That's one thing. But then you add that to the fact that you saying F your fighter's biggest fights. You saying F the fighters that can give your fighter the biggest fight. F Spence, F Pacquiao, F everybody. Okay, so drunks ain't ish. F Spence, F Pacquiao. We went the easy route. You went off message, and you totally messed up the whole message your whole camp been trying to send about ducking and shit. That ain't enough, though. So we going to share our screen again. Let me pull this up, though. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Because to me, this is the big one. To me, this is the one that's most important. Let me pull it up here. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share this screen. All right. And then I'm going to pull this over there. Make it big. Boom. Okay. Here we go. I'm looking over here, make sure everybody. Okay, looks like everybody can see. Looks like everybody can see. Boxing Hog, listen, Boxing Hog. Ain't no. Let me pull this up here. I'm trying to tell you, bro. If you go back and watch the replay, bro. These is all facts, fam. These is all facts. These is all facts, bro. Here's the biggest reason. Here's the absolute biggest reason Terence Crawford need to fire his ass effective immediately, ASAP Rocky. So if you read here, representations, Crawford agreed to fight Kavanauskas under the money terms offered to him. 2019 Kavanauskas bout agreement contained a bonus provision that entitled Crawford to a bonus in excess of $900,000, which Top Rank was required to pay Crawford on or before December 31st, 2020. If Errol Spence Jr. was physically able to compete in professional boxing and Top Rank was unable to offer Crawford a fight with Spence on or before December 31st, 2020. Crawford will provide this court with a copy of the 2019 Kavanaugh's bout agreement upon Top Rank's approval. All right, let's stop sharing the screen. So it's a lot of shit there. It's a lot of shit there, but I don't really care about none of that. I don't really care about none of that. What I care about is if you the manager, right? You running the shit. You supposed to be looking out for his best interest. How do you let your fighter sign some shit that the other party can't agree to, even if they were negotiating on on good faith? How do you allow your fighter to sign some shit that the other party cannot do for you? How do you not know? Hold on, bro. Like, how you gonna guarantee us Errol Spence and Errol Spence ain't the top ranked fighter? How can you do that? Oh, and knockout, bro. You don't know what you're talking about, man. Bomac, he got over on Bob Arum, man. That's a good clause because now Bob Arum owe him $900,000. Does he though? Because they got to go to court. At the end of the day, here are the facts. Bomac had his fighter sign an agreement to where now that same fighter is having to pay legal fees and hire a lawyer and go to court and sue because of an agreement that Bomac had him sign. And in that agreement, one of the promises was that they were going to give you a fight with a fighter that they have no control over. Let me ask y'all something. Dundada got a business. He make t-shirts. I got a business. I make pants. Me and Dundada, we don't rock with each other. We ain't in business together. I got my shit. He got his shit. Leon Robinson come to me and Leon Robinson say, hey, knockout, I'm in the market. I need to get some pants and I need to get some shirts made for my store. And I'm like, look, bro, I do pants. Okay, I don't do t-shirts. But I know in the back of my mind, Dundada do t-shirts. And I'm like, look, Leon, just enter this agreement with me, bro. All I can guarantee you is I got the pants for you. But if you enter this agreement with me, I also guarantee you that Dundada gonna make t-shirts for you. Would Leon Robinson be smart to take that deal? Would he be a smart businessman? Would he be a good manager if he advised his store owner or somebody to take a deal like that? Because I'm guaranteeing, look, Dundada got the shirts, bro. He got the shirts over there. He has all the shirts. And you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, bro, I got the pants for you and shit. Listen, hey, man, I guarantee you Dundada gonna give you them shirts, bro. Just sign this deal right here. Y'all taking that deal? I need to know. Or maybe that, you know, maybe it flew up here on some people. Maybe it flew up here. Maybe a lot of y'all is street. Maybe a lot of y'all is street. And weed is legal in some places. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's say Mrs. Knockout Boxing 86 TV. She come to me. She like, look, she don't know me. She come to me. She like, look, I need some green. But I don't just want the brick. I don't just want the bud. I don't just want the shit I smoke. I want the edibles too. And I'm like, look, bro, look, baby, listen, all I got is the bud. All I got is the bud. All I got is the shit that you got to go get guards for. And you got to get a pipe or some shit and you got to smoke it. That's all I got. That's all I got. But the homie Corbin Phoenix over here, he got them edibles, man. He got the brownies and shit. He got the Oreo cookies and shit. He got the damn chocolate chip cookies. He got the weed Coca-Cola. Like, he got drinks and shit. He got all that shit, edibles out the wazoo. But listen here, baby, if you go ahead and buy this, you buy this product from me. You bought this, you buy this product from me. You buy the bud from me. I guarantee you, Corbin gonna go ahead and give you them edibles though. Corbin ain't got nothing to do with me. He got his own shit going on. He got his own business. He got his own shit, right? But I'm guaranteeing you though. I'm like, look, man, hey, man, look, baby, hey, I got the bud, right? You gotta smoke this shit. But if you want the edibles, I guarantee you, Corbin got them for you. Just go ahead and sign right here and buy this shit from me. And I guarantee you, once you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and I guarantee you Corbin's product too. Is that a good deal? I'm asking for a friend, bro. Would any of y'all sign some shit like that? Would you sign up for some shit like that? To me, that's the biggest red flag, bro. That's the biggest red flag that you can have. Coach, I want you to come up here and tell me. Because I ain't leaving nothing out. I understand the provisions, right? I understand that now you might be of the mindset and people might be like, yo, well, now he owe him $900,000. Well, now, okay, cool. He owe him $900,000, but how is it a good move? How is it ever in your fighter's best interest to sign some shit that the other party can't do? How is that ever in anyone's best interest? You don't do shit like that. Because if you do, your ass will end up in court. So at the end of the day, whatever counterpoints, they in court right now because of a contract, because of a fight agreement that Bomac urged Bud Crawford to sign, bro. The man gotta go. So we got the fight agreement bullshit. You got you letting your fighter sign some shit where you guaranteeing Spence. That's one thing. We got the drunk texting. The drunk texting and shit. You got all that shit on Twitter and shit. You saying F Pac-Man and Spence in an interview for everybody to hear. You admit to the easier route shit with the WBO. So someone please do me a favor and explain to me how in the actual hell does Bomac still have a job as Terence Crawford's manager? You want to keep him on as a trainer? Cool. Keep him on as a trainer, bro. Do your thing. Keep him on as a trainer. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at you. Do your thing. But he got to be the worst manager in boxing. Name one worse. I'll wait for you. I want to give people some time to come up here now, man. Because I keep going. I can cook on this all day. But I want everybody to come up here and explain to me whether you agree or disagree and what you agree with and what you disagree with, and we can have a dialogue. I'm about to drop the link in the chat. We're opening up the panel. And let's talk about this shit, man. Let's cook on it. Leon Robinson in that super chat with the $4.99, $5 says, keep on cooking these jabronis, KO. I got a dip to class. Hey, man, have a great class. I appreciate you always supporting the channel. That's one of my day one supporters right there. Thank you so much for that super chat, Leon. As I said, y'all smash the like button. Whether you agree or disagree, man, you can understand that a lot of work went into this, right? You can understand that a lot of passion goes into this sport of boxing. So at least smash the like button. If you can't donate to the Cash App or the super chat, y'all smash the like button for me. But let me get this link out to the people, man. Boom, there we go. And then I'm going to pin it too, so I don't have to keep dropping it. But there's the link for anybody want to come up, man. Let's talk this boxing. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it popping up here, man. We got 52 people in the building. I know all 50 of y'all ain't smashed the like button yet, so y'all smash the like button for me. Rules are, as always, on the live stream, man. If you hopping up here to talk this boxing with us, let's be sure to let everybody talk. We do not do the entire cutting each other off, all that tough guy internet shit. We don't do that. We allow each other to speak. So be sure to let people go, and then, you know, I'll give everybody the platform to say what they have to say. What else we got? I think that's it, man. I got Dwayne Freeman and Coach up here. Let me let these brothers in. We got Coach right there. Got Dwayne right there. Brothers, how are y'all doing this evening? Hope all is well.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Yep.
Only thing I disagree with you, Knockout. You didn't finish the statement when you gave your scenario, brother. You said I can guarantee you the weed brownies down the street at so and so, but you didn't put if I don't get the weed brownies for so and so, I'm gonna give you a certain amount of money. That's the only good deal about it. That's in, even though it's going to litigation. Even though it's going to litigation, they're gonna have to pay that man. They're gonna have to pay him the $900,000 that was in that contract. So Look at we lost knockout on his own show. God.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only thing is though, I mean, I see what Knockout's saying, because they gotta pay him $900,000, but that $900,000 he is now spending on a lawyer now.
No, because he's suing for fees also. He's suing for lawyer fees also.
Yo, can y'all hear me, bro?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah, man. I froze up for a minute, man. I'm sorry, Coach. I didn't hear. Unfortunately, I didn't hear nothing you were saying, man. So if you
I said was when
you can go ahead and go, let me go, and then I'll let Dwayne go, and then salute the key too. But go ahead, Coach.
When you did the weed thing, you didn't put in there. You just said, I guarantee you so and so down the street, whoever you said got the weed brown, right?
Yeah.
But you also didn't finish that, because you didn't say, if he don't have the weed brownies, I'm gonna give you $1,500. See, so now they liable. Even though he gotta go to court, they are liable. So now you wouldn't take a deal. I'm gonna ask you this. You wouldn't take a deal and somebody tell you, Knockout, if you take this fight, I'm gonna guarantee you the Spence fight. But if I can't get the Spence fight, you could get to sit at home, and I got to give you $900,000 if I can't get it.
No, not at all. That's a horrible deal, because you're telling me you can do something that I know for a fact you have no control over, bro. And that's my point, Coach. Like, that's my overall point. Like, why would I sign? Like, I'm catching that shit on the front end, Coach.
But so it's not.
I'm not signing them shit if I know you can't live up to it.
But if I can sit at home. But if I could sit at home and I know you got to give me $900,000 or damn near $1 million for not getting punched in the face and go through a training camp, and you got to pay me $1 million and I ain't got to do nothing, man, come on, man. Who not gonna
You know what? Yeah, I would take the deal if I didn't really want to fight.
No.
If I didn't really want to fight, I'd take the deal.
Oh,
but if I really want to fight, then I ain't taking that shit.
Either way it goes, it's a win-win. If I take the fight, I get the biggest bag of my life. But if I get the fight that you said that you can deliver to me, obviously I want it, because I didn't want to fight Kavanauskas, right? He didn't want to fight Kavanauskas, but he said, okay, if I sign it, if you can guarantee me the Spence fight, they say, okay, we guarantee you the Spence fight. But now they owe that man $900,000 to sit on his couch.
But do they though? Do that? It's all the if. They like we talking like it's a guarantee he gonna win the case. Bob Arum been sued by a lot of people. Some have won, some have lost. And again, I'm openly rooting for Terence Crawford to win this case. But you had your man sign up for some shit on a chance, bro. Like, now he's in court because of the shit you advised him to do. And I'm of the mindset, when I see some bullshit, I'm not gonna be like, well, yeah, this is bullshit, but since they already feed me bullshit, I could try to play them and let me go ahead and sign this, because if they do the bullshit, then I'm gonna get the $900,000. No, I'm catching the bullshit up front. Like, I'm up front with the shit. Like, you bullshitting me, you agreeing to some shit that I know you can't do. Like, hell no, I'm out. I'm out on the deal. I'm not signing that shit. That shit's stupid to me. Well, I don't give a damn what you talking about you gonna give me if you can't make it happen. I already know you can't make it happen. I already know you have no control over this man. I already know you have no control over what Al Heyman do, Spence do, Jermell Charlo, Danny Garcia, anybody at the PBC. You can't make shit happen for me. Why am I advising my fighter to sign some shit like that?
Well, now, as far as
if I want to fight, if I just want the bread, then shit, I might sign it, because I know you can't deliver on it, right? But I know it's highly unlikely that you can deliver on it. So shit, I might sign it just to see if I can get $900,000, because I don't really want the smoke like that. Is that what we saying? Bud Crawford don't want the smoke?
No, we're not gonna say that, because just like I said, I'm not saying Bud don't want to fight Errol, because that's not. I don't believe that. But what I am saying is this: that's a sweet deal as far as either way. If I don't get the fight, I'm still getting $1 million, bro. That's a lot of money to pass up. And you promising me this, and I'm believing you because you my promoter, right? So I'm sitting there going, man, either way it goes, it's a win-win for me. Either way it goes, it's going to help feed my kids. Either way it goes, it's going to help set up my children. If you can't give me the fight, I still get almost $1 million. Bro, that's a lot of fucking money, bro. And I ain't got to get hit in the mouth. That's a lot of money.
But if you Crawford or you Bomac How does that pass the smell test? How do you look at that paper and be like, okay, cool, yeah, okay, even Calvin Knockers. Hold on, you guaranteeing me Spence? Like,
Right.
why do you read any further? You shouldn't even read no further. You should be like, oh no, hold on, you can't do this right here. We got to change something right here. Like, I'm not like, I really do this shit in real life. Like, I'm not looking no further. If somebody bring a bad deal to my desk in real life for one of my employees, and I got to look at the shit, and I'm like, hold on, this right here, that's a sticking point because you can't deliver on this. I know for a fact you can't deliver on this because you have no control over it. I'm not reading any further.
But this is the thing. You don't know what Bob was telling him. You don't know what Bob's saying. Listen, I done talked to Al, and after this fight, I'm making a Spence fight. You don't know what he said. But either way it go,
it's Bomac's job, coach. It's Bomac's job to read through that bullshit. That's what he there for. To be like, hold on, Bomac is bullshit. Bob Arum is bullshitting. He's telling me bullshit. It's his job to be able to weed out the lies and shit and weed out like what's real, what's not real. He didn't do that for Terence Crawford. He did the opposite for him. That's what I'm saying.
Now, listen, I'm not taking up for Brian Bomac. Now, you know that. We went over this on Key Channel today. First of all, anytime you know that you want to be undisputed champion of the world, right? And you know you got to go deal with the PBC, but your manager is out there saying, fuck Al Heyman, then it's a problem, right? That's a problem because... That's a problem,
and I didn't even bring that up.
See that I brought that up earlier today. So you're gonna go in a powerful man like Al Heyman. You're gonna sit here and degrade this man who can buy and sell your ass, Brian McMillan. And you're gonna sit here and cuss that man, and that man ain't never did you nothing. Not one thing but take care of his fighters. That's it. And you're gonna sit here and cuss that man and FPBC. This man's company, knowing that your fighter, Terence Bud Crawford, want to be undisputed champion of the world, and you gonna do some shit like that and put a bad taste in Al Heyman's mouth, knowing that my fighter want to become champion and he want to get the biggest bag of his career by fighting Errol Spence. That there is absolutely ludicrous and stupid.
That is stupid. On top of all the other points y'all heard me make,
right?
Earlier today, and on top of letting your fighter sign some shit that you know the other party can't live up to. That's my opinion. Let me go to Dwayne and then go to Everything Boxing and Brian Mackey in the building as well. Salute to everybody so far. Dwayne, go ahead and cook, man. What you got on there?
No, I was just going to rebuttal off of what Coach was saying, but that's the same reason.
Go ahead, y'all chop it up. Y'all chop it up.
That was the same reason why Deontay Wilder didn't sign that DAZN deal. They couldn't guarantee him to fight with AJ. So they was offering him $100 million, but they couldn't guarantee him to fight with AJ. So that's why he didn't take that deal. So it's the same. It's the same thing. It's just less money, but it's the same exact thing. They said, hey, sign this $100 million contract. We get you the AJ fight. And Deontay did his due diligence and say, hey, can y'all guarantee that I'm gonna get the AJ fight if I sign this deal? And they said, no, we can't guarantee. So he didn't sign the deal. It's the same thing. I mean, like he said, it's a good deal if you ain't really worried about getting the fight. If you ain't really pressing for the fight, then yeah, the $900,000 is good. You like, okay, I know I'm gonna get $900,000 because I know he can't give me that fight. There's no way possible that he could say he's gonna guarantee that he can give me that fight. Either if Bob said, hey, I talked to Al Heyman, he doesn't make the call for Al Heyman. Al Heyman can say, yeah, I told him that. I ain't gonna give him that fight. He's with Top Rank. He's not with PBC.
Right. But like I said, I look at it in two ways. You got to look at it like I ain't got to get punched in the face and I get $1 million too. So Terence Crawford looking at, if I get the fight, great. That's even better. But if I don't get the fight, I get to sit home and get $1 million.
No. We're not saying Terence Crawford was wrong. We're saying Bomac was wrong for managing.
Yeah, I'm on Bomac helmet.
Yeah, we're not saying Terence Crawford was wrong. We're saying Bomac as a manager, you a manager, your best interest is your client. So you're supposed to put in the best interest for your client.
You know, I think Bomac got some shit going on that's behind the scenes bullshit myself. So that's what
It gotta be something. Go ahead, Everything boxing, my brother Key. What's popping, man? How you doing tonight? You there, Key?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm on this phone call. Give me a quick second.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Brian
Okay.
Mackey, man, what's up with you? How you doing, bro?
Hey, how you doing, man? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you fine, brother. I can hear you fine. Welcome to the panel. Go ahead and cook on this situation, man. What you got for us, man? And thanks for coming through as well.
No problem, man. You invited me, so you know, I'm here. I'm gonna have to disagree with you, my brother. You got you said you had 3 points, and I'm gonna debate your 3 points you here. And you said Exhibit A, and you called out Bomac right here with the WBO mandatory, right?
Mm-hmm.
And said, why do you take the easy route? And you can play that all you want to, and you can play it again. But the facts are the facts, okay? He said, yeah, let's go ahead, and it's easier to do the WBO because the WBO is the only belt that you can go up and actually fight for a championship. If you went to IBF, yes, it is. If you went IBF, okay, you would have been Errol Spence mandatory, in which he had already satisfied with Carlos Ocampo. He hasn't did an IBF mandatory since then. So if he was to go to the IBF route, like y'all saying right now, he would still. Hold up, man. Why y'all cutting me off?
I didn't say
why y'all cutting me off?
I didn't say anything about IBF though. But go ahead.
Because that's the belt that Spence had.
No, but I'm
that's
saying,
the
brother,
belt
you came
that
up here
Spence
saying
had.
y'all. I didn't bring. Hold on, you came up here saying y'all said this or y'all. I didn't say anything about IBF. If you gonna refute my point,
hold up. We talking about Bomac. Hold up, bro. You cut me off and you ain't letting me finish. You said we weren't gonna cut each other off, right? That was your rules, right?
You're not gonna. But bro, what I'm saying, Brian, just hear me out, because I'm gonna let you cook. I promise you. You can ask anybody. I'm gonna let you cook. But when you start talking about the IBF route, I didn't say anything about that, brother. I didn't. Somebody.
It didn't matter whether you said it or not. I didn't say you did say it.
You said y'all came up here saying it. Listen, I didn't say that, bro.
Listen. The people on the video, you're playing it as that, right? So the bottom line is that the easier route was not taking the IBF route and being a mandatory, or the WBA route, or the WBC route and being mandatory. If you took any of those routes, you would be a mandatory and you wouldn't be a champion right now. Plain and simple, whichever way you want to cut it. So in Bomac's case, when he said that, yes, you would advise your fighter to go and be a champion if you're moving up. You don't want to go and be a mandatory, because if he was a mandatory, and let's just say for the sake of the argument, a lot of fans like to say, oh, you was ducking Spence, you should have went the IBF route if you really wanted to fight. If he did that, he would still be a mandatory to this day. Right now, Deontay Wilder's voice, to this day, right?
Okay,
he would be a mandatory because he would not have to fight. Plain and simple. He wouldn't be a champion, and he would be his mandatory. That was already satisfied by Carlos Ocampo, who Errol Spence have not did another mandatory since June 2018 when he had that fight. So Bomac did the right thing by going WBO. The gentleman that was on that live stream cutting and said, oh, he's going the easy route. Nah, that's the best route. You're not going to be a mandatory when you can be a champion. He's a champion right now, and he still can't get the fight. So what you think he was going to do if he was somebody's mandatory? That's number one. You said Exhibit B. You're talking about.
Let me stop you right there, because you just made an argument, and we're gonna pass this thing back and forth. You just made an argument that I wasn't even making. My argument about the WBO easy route, and for Terence Crawford fans, I don't even know who you root for, but for Terence Crawford fanboys and his team, the narrative that they have been pushing, and what I was saying, Brian, when I brought up the easy route, what I'm saying is this, bro. When you make your whole argument, oh, Spence is ducking me. Spence don't want no smoke. Spence is scared to fight me. Spence took the easy route. How many Terence Crawford fans have we heard come up here and say Errol Spence took the easy route? And Errol Spence meant the easy route the exact same way that you're talking about with Terence Crawford. He meant easy to make fights. They're in my own promotional company. I can make these fights over here. Why wouldn't I go do this? I agree with Bomac and Terence Crawford. Jeff Horn is in the top rank. That's the easiest belt to get. I agree with that. Where I
Bro, you
disagree,
can't agree because you just made a point that was a mistake by
you
Bomac.
misheard me, bro. You weren't listening. The
You've
point
been interrupting me the whole time. You just made that point, so you contradicting yourself.
The point that you didn't hear, maybe you weren't listening, or you just came on here ready to argue tonight. I don't know. But what I said about that situation was, how can you sit up here and get on the Errol Spence, calling him a duck, talking about he took the easy route and they didn't want to fight you, and they took the easy route when you went and you did the exact same business practice that he did. You went off message. You went somewhere totally different. That was the point I made.
No, man. Errol Spence just had got a belt, man. What are you talking about? Keith Thurman was the man when Terence Crawford was coming in. The first thing Errol Spence came in there and said was get a belt, right? Ain't that the first thing he told him to do? So the minute he go get a belt, that's what he did. Him and Keith Thurman told him to get a belt, right?
Knockout. Can I say something?
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
Okay, this is the point that how all of this started. Let's go back to how it started. When Errol Spence was at I forgot who fight it was. He got up on the podium and Errol Spence said, "I'm going to clean my side of the street up because those fights are easier to make. And then I'm going to go and push Terence Crawford for the fight." That's what he meant by easy route. So now, Bud Crawford, since Jeff Horn was in top rank and Bud Crawford was moving up, it was an easier fight to make by going to fight Jeff Horn because Jeff Horn was a top ranked fighter. So that's how this all started. Now, we wasn't up here trying to shit on Bud or say that he took the easy route by going the WBO. We agree. It's easier for him to make that fight. It was easier for Errol Spence to get the fight with Sean Porter. If Keith Thurman hadn't got injured, it was easier to make that fight because we all with the PBC. So that's how all of that started. That's what we were talking about.
I could have sworn we was talking about Bomac.
You having a totally different conversation, brother.
I thought we was talking about Bomac, right, and his managerial skills, because that's what the conversation at hand was.
Bomac. I'm gonna tell you why we was talking about Bomac. Because the hypocrisy is real, and what Knockout was saying is you did the exact same thing, but you're gonna say that Errol Spence took the easy route. Well, you did this exact same thing. So that's called
Errol Spence said he took the easy route.
Of course.
That's what Errol Spence said.
Why did he say that?
Because see, Errol Spence was the same gentleman. Errol Spence was the same gentleman who said for him to get a belt along with Keith Thurman when they was talking about Crawford coming to 147,
you're not
right?
Listening to what I'm saying.
Man, you're not listening to what I'm saying either.
He said he took the easy route by saying those fights were the easiest fights to make because we are all on the PBC side of the street. And they
didn't say nothing about promotional company. He said he went the WBO route. He said I went the WBO route. He didn't say I didn't go the top rank route. He said I went the WBO route, which means that I get the fight for a championship. If you look at the bylaws, the WBO allows you to go up and challenge the WBO fighter immediately. No other sanctioning body gets to do that, except the WBO. That's why he said, I went the WBO route. He didn't say I went the top rank route. He said I went the WBO route. That's what they do.
Was the WBO route the top rank route?
What you mean? The WBO route was the WBO route.
What promotional banner?
What does that mean?
What promotional banner does Jeff?
What you mean? WBO is the WBO. I mean, doesn't Brock Castano fight for the PBC? Isn't he the WBA champion? WBO champion? I mean, I don't understand. What you mean?
Understand the question?
No, top rank is not. So what? They got more belts.
I'm gonna mute you so you can answer my question. Then I'll let you talk. My question is, Jeff Horn, what promotional banner did he fight under at the time that he fought Terence Crawford?
Excuse me?
When Terence Crawford fought Jeff Horn, what promotional banner did Jeff Horn fight under?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
No, I'm not.
It was Top Rank, bro.
Okay, so what?
So the
did he also have a WBO belt?
Route is the same.
Did he have the WBO belt?
Yeah, he had the WBO belt.
Okay, so can you move up in the WBO belt and fight the champion immediately?
That's true. That's a true statement.
Okay, then. So he went that route. So it doesn't matter what promotional company he went to, right? So he went that route.
It does matter. It does matter because I would
So
make a very sound argument.
So what you're saying is,
hold on, bro. I will make a very sound argument to you that if Keith Thurman had that WBO belt or Errol Spence had that WBO belt, he wouldn't have went for it. I would make that argument to you.
He wouldn't have got the fight.
That's the argument that I will make to you. So it does matter that Jeff Horn. It does matter that Jeff Horn was with Top Rank. That matters. Like what promotion company you're under, that matters when it comes to making the fight, bro. Now I want you. You said you were going to debunk some other points because you're doing a horrible job at the whole WBO route thing. So let's go to the other stuff that you wanted to debunk. Go ahead.
Mac do the right thing by going the WBO route.
No.
So which route should he went?
No, my bad. Yes, he did the right thing by going to WBO
okay,
route. Where he was wrong.
Exactly.
Where he was wrong, because you're not gonna cut me off on my platform, bro. Where he was wrong was criticizing somebody for doing the same shit that he did. That's where he was wrong, bro. Like you can't sit up here and say, I'm gonna go make this fight because it's easier. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna make this WBO fight because these are the belts that we have control over. I'm gonna make this fight because it's easier to make, not because I'm scared, not because I'm worried about getting beat or anything, but it's the easier business to do because we're both under Bob Arum. We both fight under Top Rank, and that's the easiest champion for me to fight right now. It's the same exact thing that Errol Spence do. The same thing he did. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna fight Danny Garcia. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna fight Sean Porter because these are easier fights to make. I'm gonna get that belt from Ugas because that's an easier fight to make. That's what I'm gonna do. Bomac advised his fighters smartly to do the same thing. Now, the crux is, and where the problem is that when he did that shit, you sending mixed messages, right? Because you talking about your fighter is getting ducked. You talking about don't nobody want to fight your fighter. You talking about don't nobody want to smoke with Terence Bud Crawford. But then you go do the same exact thing and you advise him to do the same thing that y'all been getting on Errol Spence for doing for years, bro. They were getting on that man's helmet for years for the same shit. I don't understand how you're missing my point and throwing the IBF in it and all that shit. Stay where we at with the conversation, bro. Please.
So he should be fired. Didn't you just say he did the right thing by going the WBO route?
I made a bunch of points, and
you just admitted it, right? You just admitted Bomac did the right thing by going the WBO route, right?
That's not why I said that was a
bad
move.
I know that. You said Bomac should be fired.
We're not doing that. I said he should be fired because he always contradicts himself. This is my overall point. He should be fired because number one, he makes bad moves, bro. Saying that Errol Spence took the easy route, but then admitting that your fighter took the easy route yourself, that's a bad move. You don't do that shit. Saying F Pacquiao and F Spence when they're the biggest fights that your fighter could possibly fight, that's a bad move. Talking about drunks ain't shit, possibly pissing off and dropping the biggest bag of your fighter's career, that's a bad move. Having your fighter sign some shit that the other party can't agree to, these are bad moves. So all of those things together.
No,
Brian,
you ain't finished. You ain't finished.
I'm not finished.
Al Heyman. Fuck Al Heyman.
All of these things together, Brian.
The man with the money.
Those are what I'm saying he should be fired for, bro. Like you just picking and choosing and not listening to the whole argument because you're so quick to argue.
Hey,
bro.
fam, look here, man.
Go ahead.
If y'all just gonna mute me when I'm talking, I'll just go ahead and bounce because you just admitted the first point that I said off the buck. And y'all said y'all wasn't gonna do no cutoff, but y'all been cutting me. Hold up. Just like you said, you started off the break saying we're not gonna cut off anything. The minute I got my first point off, you started cutting me off immediately. And y'all was jumping in.
Argument that makes no sense, bro.
What you mean, bro?
I agree with.
You said okay, so it's something you can do. So now we can just all talk. So then you're gonna mute me when you want to. See that's the thing. You don't want the smoke like you really want the smoke. You call me on here, fam.
If we can get some respect, then we good. But you're not gonna.
Well, give me respect first, because you said you wasn't gonna cut me off, and you did. Bro, you said no cutting it off. Nobody's going.
Brian, listen, I have to keep muting you, bro, because you're not understanding. You don't really want to have a conversation. You just want to argue, bro. You're arguing the WBO point that I never made, bro. You're having a completely different conversation. A completely different conversation than what I'm having, fam. I'm trying to keep you on point and keep you having the conversation that I'm having. No, I'm not gonna kick him out for what? For what? Why would I kick him out? He good, but I wanna have a good conversation with him so he can really understand what I'm saying, bro. Because you missing every single point. I don't know if it's going over your head, under your head, whatever it is. But I never said it was a bad move for him to go the WBO route. I said it was hypocritical for him to do the same shit that he been shitting on Spence for, bro. That's all I said. Now go ahead, man.
Hey, Slim, look here. I'm gonna tell y'all what, man. I'm about to let y'all have this right here. Since I'm not gonna get a fair shake on this, y'all can come over to the panel and chop it up. We don't do all this muting and all this other, this, that, and the other. See, you started saying from the break before you even you told anybody hit the link that y'all was gonna let everybody speak their piece and you wasn't gonna mute nobody. You put down 3 points. Hey man, hold up. See, that's what I'm saying again. I can't even talk again. I know it's your show, fam, but I couldn't even get a word in saying what I'm trying to say right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? What I'm just saying is I'm gonna let you have it. I'm just calling the facts out that the facts is plain and simple. You said you wasn't gonna cut nobody off. Y'all was gonna let everybody cook, let them say they part. The minute I got my first point out of rebuttal, ain't nobody crying, man. Slim a grown ass man, Slim. Ain't no crying going on over here.
Bro, just go ahead and
you know what I'm saying?
Something that I didn't say, bro. I'm gonna debunk it.
Hey,
you're not gonna just
look. I'm debunking everything you said, Slim. Like you said Bomac need to be fired for what he said going the easy route to WBO. That's what you said.
What I say after that, bro?
Dude, what you mean after that? I just rebutted that. And then you turn around after I gave you that and I said, was it the right thing to do? And then you said, yeah. So that's point number one where you was wrong.
That's
bottom line.
Yeah, bro.
That's not what I said, bro. And that's why. That's where.
You know what, man?
Brian, that's where we keep.
I'm gonna let y'all do y'all do, Slim. I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do, Slim.
All right, man. Go. Hey, man.
And I'm gonna bounce, man. Peace to y'all. Y'all come check me out on E-Thriller. Y'all come do E-Thriller because we ain't gonna meet you when you get over here on E-Thriller in the panel and do all this bullshit. Y'all come over here. Come on over here and debate. Because we ain't gonna cut you off and we ain't gonna mute you.
Yeah, y'all. And when I come over there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually have a conversation that y'all having. I ain't gonna have a completely different conversation. But peace to you, bro.
Oh, peace to you too. Come.
Jesus Christ. Key, go ahead, man. What you got, bro?
Well, his comprehension is terrible.
Common sense ain't common, man. Go ahead, Key.
That's the BPC for you, man. You know what I'm talking about?
No common sense, though. Good Lord. Common sense,
man, but
it's not common.
Go ahead, bro. Let's keep this thing moving. That shit was fun.
I'm down that loss, but back to what you was initially talking about you know the 900K, the 900K. You know, man, it's like this. The CEO McDonald's can't dictate what sandwich is coming out next, you know, at Burger King. You know what I'm saying? You can't dictate what's going on in somebody else's household. What's gonna happen in somebody else's household. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with that whole 900K, you know, promise and Bomac having Terence Crawford sign that, knowing that they can't deliver nothing at PBC, I look at it like this is, I see where everybody coming from. I see what coach is saying. What coach is saying, like, well, yeah, shit. I mean, you know, he was gonna get paid regardless, you know. So he looked at it like, fuck it. If y'all gonna give me 900, extra 900,000, you know, shit, fuck it. So I mean, I look at it both ways, but it's like, why would you even entertain some shit like that when you know right off the rip that they can't promise you something over at the PBC? They can't promise you something that, oh, Al Heyman gonna do this, and I promise you he gonna do it. You can't promise that. So I see it both ways. But when it comes down to the logistics of it, right? When it goes to court, I'm looking at this. Let's talk about that. Because can he really
bring it to
get
the
that?
table, bro? Do you think?
Yeah. Can he really get that 900,000? Because you was in a pandemic, right? Also, Errol Spence was hurt for the most part of that what was going on. Now we know that it was supposed to be what I think it was like what they had to give him the Errol Spence fight by the end of 2020. Was that what it was? By the end of 2020. Well,
December 31st. Yep.
Right. Now Errol Spence was hurt most of all that time. Now he did come back and he did have a fight on December the 5th.
December 12th.
But that fight, no, he fought on December the 5th, I believe. But
he did
on December the 5th, right? Now, the fight that Errol Spence fought was Danny Garcia, and from what I know is that him and Danny Garcia had already had a contractual agreement before he got hurt. That was there. People knew that he was gonna fight Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Before the injury took place, him and Danny Garcia had already pretty much agreed to fight next. Remember, Danny Garcia was on the panel and everything when he fought Porter. So that was a fight that they already had agreed to. So if he only came back for that one fight and he already had, you know what I'm saying, agreed to the fighter that he was going to fight, that's kind of like they, you know what I'm saying, Bob might be able to get out of that because it's like, okay, man, yeah, we did give you this bonus incentive in the contract, but we weren't able to make that fight because it wasn't possible, right? He was injured all this time. And then he already had a fight contractually agreed upon when he came back off of the injury. So, it's... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say real quick. Also, you got to remember, Bud came in, he put it out there on social media and said, I don't want to fight Errol Spence coming off the car accident because I'm not going to get credit for it.
That's another thing. And I was going to say that next, Dwayne. And it's receipts of Bud, like Dwayne just said. Bud said on several different occasions, I'm not fighting him coming off no injury. I don't want that fight. So once they go to the judge, can they say, yeah, we was even trying to talk him into taking that fight, but he informed us that he refused to take that fight because he didn't want to fight this man coming off an injury. So it's like, yeah, you suing him for that 900K, but when it go to the judge, can you really get that up out of him?
Yep.
Right? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard for Terence Crawford to get that 900K. And then when he's suing for the breach of contract, right? He's saying that he was supposed to have a second fight in 2020, right? Now, another thing, see Terence Crawford, he said a lot of shit. Remember, during the pandemic, once again, Terence Crawford was doing shows saying that he didn't want to fight in the pandemic because of the pay. He said he ain't want to fight with no crowd. Remember, they had to damn near force him to take the Kell Brook fight. He didn't want to sign the Kell Brook contract. But before that, he did several interviews talking about that he did not want to fight if it wasn't going to be no crowd because of the pay. I think he actually did a sit down with Andre Ward and talked about it. And he said it on several different occasions. So with that being said, they could say, hey, reason we didn't give him no second fight is because of the pandemic. And when we was in the middle of the pandemic, when it was up like that, we offered him a chance to come back and fight. And he was saying that he didn't want to fight because of the money, being less. And that throughout his career, he was saying throughout his career, he already basically fought for pennies. He said he above that now. Remember, and he didn't want to fight with no crowd. So that's another thing he was on there saying that he ain't want to fight.
But Keon,
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's right there. The receipts is there, coach.
No,
So
the
it
not there because you know
but
what? If all of that should have
yeah,
happened, then it should have been put in writing. They don't care
but
about
coach,
what he said because that's
but
all
coach,
his.
but coach, you got to listen to what I'm saying. Whether they did, they could play it like, hey, we tried to get him to fight. The man did not want to fight. Yeah, we had it in writing, so we tried to get Terence Crawford to take such and such fight, but he didn't want to. And then, hey, well,
They gotta put
it's
it in
your
writing.
word. Wait, hold on. It's your word. They can't put it in writing if they already. How can they get him to put in writing that I don't want to take another fight
Because
because of the pandemic?
because
That doesn't.
because that contract
It's,
could have been amended. That contract
he
could have been
said it.
amended.
Wait, hold on. He said it out of his mouth. So you saying that, okay, well, they don't have it in writing. Bud saying that he didn't want to take another fight. How are they gonna get that in writing? How are they gonna get that in writing? Here, Bud, we know that we got you under contract to take 2 fights a year. We know that you are refusing because of the pandemic to take this fight, right? Now we need you to put this in writing, Bud, saying that you don't want to take this fight. Hey, that don't even make sense, coach.
Yeah, dude. Because you're
No,
not
it don't.
listening to you
Bud
listen to
Crawford
what I'm
is
saying, Keith. Listen to what I'm. Yes, it does make sense. Because if they came to Bud and say, listen, we got the Errol Spence fight for you, and Bud say, I don't want to take the fight. Okay, well, we need to amend this contract and put it in writing that you don't want to take you don't want to take this fight. We are living up to our obligation because we don't want to have to pay you $900,000. So they could have amended the contract and put it in writing and say, look, we offered it to him. He signed off saying he didn't want the fight. So now he's trying to come back and get $900,000 off of him that he don't deserve. That's how you do business. He said they don't care. First, like I told you the other day, if the lawyer say, well, Bud or Bob Aaron get on the stand. Well, Bob, why didn't you get and it's gonna probably be a jury. So now he goes, Bob, well, why didn't you give him the Errol Spence fight like you said you was gonna do? Well, he said the Terence Crawford lawyer gonna say objection, hearsay, and he gonna say sustained.
But coach, you can try to get him. You can try to get him to sign some papers, but you can't make him sign nothing. You can take it to him and say, look, we got this in contract, and you don't want to take this, you know what I'm saying, fight. We need you to sign these papers. You can't make him sign nothing. So we don't know what's gonna happen when the shit go to court because, like I said, they can easily pull up receipts of him saying that he not gonna fight, that he didn't want to fight in the pandemic.
Let me catch this super chat. Let me catch this super chat real quick, y'all. Salute to my brother Tim Muzay Skywalker in the building with that $2. He said, showing a little support, make it up on Friday's show. And Friday's show gonna be lit too, man. We're gonna be breaking down and predicting the whole Gary Russell Jr. card. And I'm gonna have my brother L Dub Boxing. He gonna be up here with me. We're gonna be breaking down the fights together. So everybody that's here, be sure to come through on Friday for that. But y'all continue, and then when y'all get done, I want to go to W_right side because he hasn't had an opportunity to talk yet. But y'all keep going on what y'all going. It's a good conversation.
Yeah, but so that's all I'm pretty much saying is that he kind of, you know what I'm saying, he kind of made himself look bad if they go back to what he was saying and how he was moving during that time. So I hope he get his money, you know what I'm saying, regardless if he right or wrong. You feel me? I hope he get his money. But it's gonna be, you know, a lot of that shit gonna be hard, man, just by the things that he was saying and doing in interviews.
Yeah. Okay, Coach, you got anything you wanted to say? Because I know you and Key were going back and forth. I can pass it to my brother _right side. You good?
Yeah, let the brother cook, man.
Hey, W_right side, what's up, bro?
What's going on, Knockout? How you feeling, brother?
Appreciate man, I'm chilling, man. Trying to have a good night of boxing talk, brother. What you got to add to the conversation? Go ahead.
Man, the two brothers was just cooking, but I think we still missing the point. The reason Bud is in court right now is because of Bomac. That's the whole point. And because of the lack of managerial skills that Bomac has shown, and Knockout, you didn't put a hell of a show together with some of your examples, but my biggest thing I go back to is the re-signing with Bob from the beginning. After Bob told y'all that he killed the Pacquiao fight, after he had already said that, you still decided to go re-sign with this man. And so at that point in time, we got to look and say, okay, Bud told y'all he wanted that fight. He said he wanted that fight. And then for for Bomac to come out and be like, hey, fuck that fight. I don't care nothing about, man, come on, bro. You don't hear none of the real professionals in the business talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, if anything, they say, hey, it's gonna be a good fight. We're gonna see what happens, and hopefully we can get the win of it. Something like that, you know what I'm saying? But you don't just go say F these people, you know what I'm saying? So that's the first point. But the other thing is Bomac in general, just the way he has conducted himself and allowed or refused to say no in certain instances to Terence, you know what I'm saying? They too good of friends. It seemed like they just too good of friends, and I'm not even sure if they're really friends. It seemed like Bomac just using the man and sneaking his hand in his pockets. That's what it really starting to look. The more we start to look at it, but I don't ever want to say that I don't know their relationship like that. But at the same time, I'm just going by what's starting to come out and how things are looking. The other thing is with this court case though. If, like you said before, I think everything said this, but if Terence does lose this case, then he owes his lawyer fees and he ain't gonna get no money. The other and outside of that, if you would have just went ahead and waited and not signed because you didn't want to fight, but anyway, so the $900K, yeah, that's a nice piece of change. But what you would have made if you would have got the Spence fight? What would you have made if you would have actually got that fight? It would have been. They're triple that at least triple that, probably 5 times that much. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, regardless of how we look at Bud, and we all love Bud in the ring, but it's a known fact that this man has made suspect business moves his whole career. It's a known fact, and if we all can look at it from the outside and say that, what's going on inside your camp for you not to be able to look at it and say, hey, this man may not have my best interest, and if he do have my best interest, he just may not understand how to get the right deals worked out for me. And so, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I'm looking at the case, and the overall conversation as far as Bomac go. Yeah, the man needs to go. You need to put somebody in your corner who knows business, and even for you to come out now and say, "Hey, I ain't working with Mayweather or whatever," bro. That all the fights are over there. That's where you want to be. So you can get the fights you've been clamoring for. So it's not making a lot of sense in the moves that he's making. And hey, maybe Bomac a hell of a trainer, but there need to be a wall between your trainer and your manager.
All right. And the thing about that is, see, Brian Bomac know that if he was to sign with PBC, that cuts him out as manager because Al Heyman becomes
Al Heyman gonna be the manager. Yeah.
See, so that's why Brian is saying F Al Heyman and all of this shit. So that's why he don't really want him to sign with PBC, because that take money out of his bag. You see, because Al Heyman is the one who gonna start advising. Al Heyman gonna be the one who manages him. So that's why Bomac is so against him going to the PBC. And unfortunately, because how close he is to Brian Bomac,
he listened to him.
Not gonna go against him, because when, just like Terence said in the interview with Andre Ward, his daddy was in the Navy, right? His daddy was in the Navy, and he hardly saw his dad. So Bomac was like a father to him. So that's why he's sticking to him so close, regardless of what bad mistakes Bomac make for his career.
And one thing, Coach, that's the perfect point, because if you look at it, even if Bud was to go over and start working with PBC and Mayweather Promotions, even if that was the case, Bomac would still be the trainer. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna be getting a cut, but his cut ain't gonna be as large. And then you look at the other people he training and who they sign with. You know what I'm saying? You start to see patterns there, and it's like, hey, it look like you got your hand in the man's pocket. That's what it's starting to look like.
So what I'm hearing is, seem like all my points are just getting made and proven. So basically, what y'all saying is he ain't acting in Terence Crawford's best interest. That's what that's what I'm hearing. Right?
Exactly.
He looking for his interest more than he looking for Terence Crawford's interest.
And I don't think anybody who watched the sport of boxing would look and say anything different. I don't think that you could really. Well, clearly you had one person earlier today who was trying to make different points, but I'm just saying.
Nah, to their brother Brian Mackey, so no disrespect to him. He just wasn't. He didn't understand the conversation that we were having. He was having a completely different conversation.
Agreed. But
and he was trying to make points about IBF mandatories and shit like that. And the point, and we were talking about something totally different. So it is what it is with that. You can't, something, maybe it was the way the delivery or something. I don't know, but whatever it is, bro. Dwayne, you want to go ahead and hop in here, man? Add to this conversation.
No, I mean, everybody pretty much said the same thing. I mean, you can look at it from the outside looking in. He doesn't have Bud career as his best interest, and you also got to remember that Bomac has a lot of other fighters that's younger than Bud, and Bud is on his way out. Bud already said he's not fighting in his late 30s. He's not fighting in his 40s. So Bud is on his way out. So it's not in Bomac interest to have Bud over at PBC when you still got all your other fighters at top rank. So he rather keep Bud independent. But in the same token, you keeping Bud independent, but you don't have anybody backing them. You don't have a promotional company. You don't have a network. So you gotta try to find some way to have Bud work on a fight by fight basis, but you can't burn your bridges at the same token while you're trying to get those fights. Because right now, what he's doing is burning his bridges by talking the way he's talking. He's not burning his bridges. He's burning Bud's bridges. So as a manager, your best interest is to get your fighters the fight that he's looking for. So by you sitting here talking about fuck Al Heyman and fuck Manny Pacquiao, fuck Errol Spence, you burning the bridges of the fights that he's trying to get. You're not looking at the best interest of your fighter.
And in my opinion, what Bud about to be 35? He's probably 35.
Yeah, he's about to be 35. Yeah.
And so he got what, 3 years, maybe. He already said he ain't gonna fight too late into his career. Into his 30s. So at this point, I think what Mayweather did was he put the olive branch out there for you and was like, here, I'm giving you a lifeline right here, because think about Mayweather at this point, even though he still fight exhibitions or whatever, but he's still a huge face in the sport of boxing. Whenever there's an interview, if you got Floyd mentioning your name every time, it's gonna definitely raise your star power in the boxing world. You know what I'm saying? And so and he gonna make it about himself anyways. But it's still look how you look at Tank Davis right now. Tank Davis is a star in the sport of boxing, relatively speaking. There were, compared to what it used to be. But if with Floyd already coming out saying Bud Crawford could have been a much larger star than he is already, Bob Arum, we just seen. Well, I ain't even gonna get into that right now, but it's just you need a big name behind you. It's gonna be hard to be a promotional free agent, right? And to get these fights, because you got Tim Smith already coming out saying we ain't got the money for you. But I guarantee if Floyd Mayweather over there talking to him, the team's gonna be a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Floyd got a lot of power.
Right.
Sure.
And so you need that power behind you right now, because Bob done he done screwed your name up. He done shitted on you all the way left, right, sideways, however you want to look at it. And so he done ruin your reputation. And so at this point, you need help rebuilding that, and you need somebody in your corner who's gonna be pushing to get you the fights that you're trying to get. You see, they came out talking earlier that the WBC should make Thurman and Barrios a damn eliminator. If that who's behind that? Bob Arum is behind that. He made a phone call. That's all that happened. And so you need some of these politicians in your corner now, because the free agent route is not where it's at.
Well, just like I said earlier, it's a shame that Terence Crawford has been in the boxing business much longer than Tank Davis, right? And Tank make more money than him. That's ludicrous. Tank is a bigger star than Terence Bud Crawford, and Bud Crawford been fighting years before him.
I don't know about that, coach. I don't know if Tank making more money than Bud because we seen what Bud we seen what Bud was making. I don't know if Tank is
making 3 or 4 million.
He talking about
who name is better known, Tank Davis or Bud Crawford?
But Bud is making more money because Bud making 4.5.
No way.
No, he's not talking about making money. He's talking about generating money.
He generating more money than Bud Crawford.
Are we talking about their purses? Who's making more money or who's generating more money?
Who's a superstar and who's not?
Okay.
I mean,
Tank is a way bigger star than Bud, bro.
I wouldn't say way bigger, coach.
Come on, man. You got people. You got people coming from basketball, football, actors. All these people going to his fight, bro.
The whole Clippers team pulled up for Tank Davis.
Come on, bro. That dude has been promoted well, even though
he a bigger star. Yeah, he is a bigger star, but I wouldn't say he that much bigger. You know what I'm saying?
At this age, when Floyd Mayweather was 34 years old, dude, he was generating millions and millions of dollars.
Oh yeah, you can't compare him to Floyd though.
But what I'm saying is, a fighter who's 25 years old is a bigger star than you, and you've been in the game, and you 34 years old, and you was an undisputed junior welterweight champion of the world, and you moved up and won fights and never lost.
How old is Tank? Tank 28, right? Tank 27, 28.
He just turned 27.
About to make 35, bro. Come on, man. That dude wasn't. Of course, we know he wasn't promoted right, but it's a shame that it is the way it is, bro. And I know what happened with that ESPN deal. The ESPN deal was this: before that money was put in front of Bomac and Terence Crawford, you're gonna make $3 to $5 million in every fight. And they took it. That's what happened, bro. And instead of him, just like I said, he didn't bet on himself. That's what he should have did. Bud Crawford should have bet on himself instead of go and re-sign with Bob Arum. And maybe it's the mentality from where he come from. Maybe it's the mentality.
Listen, that's why I believe he was willing to accept that $900,000 clause, man. Listen, I got my doubts. I'm starting to get my doubts. It's too much shit popping up to where it's just not showing the hunger for the fight and for the chase of greatness at 147 pounds that I would like to see, man. Like it really is. You know what I'm saying? 817, what's popping?
No, this shit is a shame that this brother got to go through. It's his own fault. Like I said, it's his own fault. But you still got to look at it. And then, just like I talked about earlier today also, you got all of these Bud fans. They hate Errol Spence. They cuss him out. They say all kind of shit. But the white man, they don't say nothing about him. And he was the one putting the wood to him. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
I see you in the chat. Now, like, what's up with that, bro? I just seen you. Let me go to your comment, D-Ray. Because I've been seeing you type of like 817 Boxing B. What's up?
What's happening there, everybody? What's going on, man?
Chilling, bro. Go ahead and cook, man. I know you've been listening in. Cook on it. You know what you got for the panel, bro.
I just don't understand, why everybody acting like this all brand new or like we ain't seen what's been going on. Like anybody that's been watching boxing or whatever for the last let's say 10, 15, even 5 years know what's cracking. So all this fake revisionist history or trying to change history, that's what gets me. I guess that's where I get frustrated because we all seen what happened. It just didn't play out the way that he wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? He was cashing them checks. He was enjoying that protection. He was telling everybody else we was reading into shit and making up shit and just hating on it. You know what I'm saying? And now the chickens have come to roost, and it is what it is. We know what the numbers are out there. We seen Bob talk about they lie about the numbers and then turn around and say, well, I'm telling the truth about the numbers today because I'm telling. So, man, all that extra shit, really, like I said before, I have more respect for you if you'll just say, man, I'm a fan of the man and his skills. That's all it is. I feel like you're going to be the Errol Spence, and that's just what it is. But don't try to tell me what's been happening ain't what we seen. It's happened with so many other boxers before. And all of the things that we've been outraged about, all of the things that we question Bud about, all the moves and things of those natures, he's come back and tried to refute and sue Bob for it. And he ain't got a leg to stand on. And you can see it. The people that, you know, he had closest around him that was capping for him, they done backed off too. Why? Because they got paid for that protection too. And they cool with it. He greased their palms. And he's still greasing some of the other ones' palms and making their way. Shakur didn't get that Oscar Valdez fight till it came in succession, didn't it? His statement about backing away from what the hell Bud was going on.
I'm a firm believer. Now here's where we might disagree, and I want to bring this. I'm a firm believer that we wouldn't even be talking about Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson if Terence Crawford wasn't suing Bob Arum.
No, we wouldn't. But I'm gonna say this too though, Knockout, right? You see, it's synonymous, right? He get Valdez, and he also say, man, I'm in my own lane. Leave that over there.
Hey, I'm only worried about my career.
I'm only worried about my career.
X.
Step in step. Because Bob got too many alibis. COVID, Earl's injuries, and when Bud had the opportunity, he went the easy route. I know that ain't the nice thing.
This is where I'm giving Terence Crawford credit though. Like I thank him for Valdez versus Stevenson, bro. Even if Shakur don't want to come out and say nothing, because Bob Arum, if y'all remember, he was talking about Valdez versus Navarrete and Stevenson versus Lomachenko, all kind of shit we wasn't asking for.
Versus Burchell.
Stevenson versus Burchell,
right, but understand,
shit we wasn't even talking about, bro.
But
so I give him credit for that shit.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Is it credit or is this just action by default? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I understand it is a result, or it may be a result of that. We all understand that. You dig what I'm saying? But actual credit, like I did this and drugged that up. Say, man, it's misguided. Look,
I think it's inadvertent. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think he did the shit on purpose. I don't think he went in there whole like, look, man, I'm finna do this shit for Shakur Stevenson and Jared Anderson and Keyshawn Davis. I'm finna put on for them, man. I'm finna take the bullet. Nah, he going in there for his money. He going in there to try to get his bread. But I think a byproduct is Bob Arum like, shit, man, I need to save face. I need to be able to go in there and see, man, I help black fighters. I look out for them. You see this fight I just got for Shakur Stevenson? I think that's where I'm going with. I don't think he's doing the shit on purpose though. So
I'm with you, Knockout. But that's what I say about these conversations. You know what I'm saying? There's context to them. Meaning when you make a statement, you know what I'm saying, or you make a statement as such, there's context to it. Meaning there's things behind it that lead you to say that. You feel what I'm saying? So the context needs to be explained as well. And I'm glad you took the time to break it down. At the end of the day, man, when the man was after he had beat Julius Ndongo and was on top of the world, he called his shot, and he called the shot that he wanted, the easiest shot, the shortest shot to the easiest target. It is what it is. We done went over it a million times and went over the rules a million times. Y'all can make that shit like he was bound to the WBO, but he wasn't bound to shit. The motherfucker chose what he chose, and it is what it is. And say, man, everybody can't ride. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody can't ride, bro. If you know a motherfucker flaw and he done showed you he flawed before, you gonna trust him to ride in the car with you on some dirty shit?
You can't get in the car.
He can't get in the car, bro. He can't get in the car. I don't care if it was 10 years ago. He still can't ride.
Thanks. Yeah, you wait till
let me ask y'all this, because I want to move on to Spence, Duck, and Crawford. Does everybody agree with me that Bomac ass should be fired?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got to go.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely got to go.
We can move off of that. I want to go to Spence, Duck, and Crawford. And I want to go around the panel. I'll go last because I want to be a gracious host to all my brothers who taking the time. And y'all smash the like button, man. If you can't donate to the channel, that's cool. Like, I ain't tripping on that. But please at least smash the like button, because all of these people, man, everybody up here got great boxing minds, and they taking time out of their evenings. These people got families and wives and girlfriends and shit, and they up here spending time with us, dropping knowledge. So y'all at least smash the like button for us one time. So I want to go to this, bro. I want to go to Spence, Duck, and Crawford, because now that we know about the lawsuit, now that we know about all the things that have come out, I want to see if we can debunk this narrative once and for all. If there's anybody up here that believes Spence is ducking Crawford, let me know. But I want to play this, and then I'm gonna pass it to Coach, and you can just cook on the whole topic of Spence ducking Bud Crawford, and shit like that. But here's what I want to play. Here's a little sound bite right here.
Question for you. Obviously you're becoming a free agent. Bob said if he would talk to you about individual fights. He mentioned Spence. He mentioned Josh Taylor. Is there any individual fight out there that appeals to you more than others? And secondly, when do you make the decision? How do you kind of go through it and come up with your decision?
Well, I'm pretty sure my decision is made already. Bob couldn't secure me the Spence fight when I was with him. So how you going to secure me the Spence fight when I'm not with him? So.
All right, so you hear Bud Crawford saying that it was Bob Arum, and then his actions with the lawsuit are saying it was Bob Arum. But yet and still, I have people who still try to come make the point to me that Spence is ducking Terence Crawford. I'm gonna cook on it, but I'm gonna let y'all go first. Coaches had to drop off, but Key, you go ahead and take the floor, man. What do you say to this narrative still being pushed around, man? Key, you there?
I mean, yeah, the narrative is. I mean, if you still going around saying that, you just got a problem with Errol Spence. Your whole thing wasn't even. You don't even really care to get down to the bottom line of what's really going on. You just got a problem with Errol Spence. If you still running around after everything that's being said, all the receipts, and you still running around saying that Errol Spence is ducking Terence Crawford. And we hearing that everywhere. A lot of Terence Crawford fans is still saying that, But I done the whole show breaking that down from the very start and debunking all of that. It ain't even possible that Spence is ducking Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't even possible right now. Because every time we've heard Errol Spence talk about the fight, even when Terence Crawford was saying, look, that fight behind me, I don't want that fight. You know what? Look at his little career. His little career can't compare to mine. I'm a 3-division world champion and all of that. I don't need him. He needs me. And I don't want that fight no more. Even when he was saying that, when Errol Spence was asked about the fight, he was saying, yeah, it's still going to happen. I still want to fight Terence Crawford. Never changed his tune. Never changed his tone about that shit, right? But when Terence Crawford was running around saying that, then we was like, okay, well, Terence Crawford saying he don't want to fight. Then the same people were saying, oh, it's just because he's tired. He's tired of chasing Spence. He's tired of. When was he chasing Spence? Because if we bring up the receipts of Terence Crawford in the ring, the only time Terence Crawford actually really said something about Errol Spence after one of his fights was this last fight.
Sean Porter, yeah, fact.
You know what I'm saying? And he ain't calling him out. Yeah, that's the only time.
And it was indirect. It was like y'all know who I want. Everybody know who I want.
Right.
Yeah.
But before that, it was I want Pacquiao. Everybody know I want Pacquiao. Or who you want? Do you want Errol Spence? Shit, I want all of them. So when was he chasing Errol Spence? I don't understand that. So, y'all got to get your facts right. The receipts is out there, and his promoter, when they met face to face, and Errol Spence told that man, hey, go talk to Al, and we can make it happen. Well, Bob went and talked to Al. And then Bob came and he said, and this is Terence Crawford's promoter, he came back and he said, you know what? The fight needs to build more. It needs to build up more. This was 2018. The fight needs to build more. This is actually 2018 going into almost 2019 because that was in November of 2018. Right? That was in November of 2018. Neither one of them had been on pay-per-view. And he was talking about the fight needs to build more. The fight ain't ready yet. Okay, if the fight needs to build more, okay, cool. Then y'all trying to make a mega attraction. Then and then he fought Danny Garcia. Mikey Garcia. Now he's a big pay-per-view star. You know, he did 350K. Terence Crawford had a chance to show Bob Arum, okay, this fight is ready to happen. What did Terence Crawford do? He had a pay-per-view also, and he flopped with Amir Khan. These are just facts. This ain't sitting on Terence Crawford. These are the down, cold, hard facts, right? So, was that going to be enough right there for Bob Arum and ESPN and Top Rank to get together with PBC and say, you know what? This fight is big enough to this fight is big enough to do like we did with Wilder and Fury and do a joint promotion, and we gonna split the bag down the middle because this fight is big enough. Even though Terence Crawford just flopped, this fight is big enough. Even though he probably gonna want, of course, he's gonna want the highest payday of his life. He asking for 50-50. Come on, man. Yeah, these dudes gotta use common sense, right? Then Errol Spence, after that, he went and got the WBC strap, exactly what he said he was going to do. Before Terence Crawford's name was mentioned, he said he wanted Sean Porter. He went and beat Sean Porter, and then we know what happened after that. He didn't fight no more. You know what I'm saying? He was out with an injury. He went, and then when he was on his way back, Errol Spence was doing interviews saying, yeah, you know, that's a fight I want to happen when I come back. That's a fight. Terence Crawford said, nope, I don't want to fight him off no injury. I ain't gonna get credit. I don't want to fight him off no injury. I'm not gonna get credit. Right? So, and then Terence Crawford, he was in the public saying, I want Manny Pacquiao. So you mean to tell me you don't want Errol Spence next? No, I want Manny Pacquiao. Everybody knows I've been wanting the Pacquiao fight. I want to fight Manny Pacquiao. So tell me, right? Tell me when Errol Spence was ducking. How are you ducking a man that's publicly saying that he don't even want to fight you? He want to fight Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence ends up getting a fight with Manny Pacquiao because Terence Crawford and their team, they didn't get the business done right. Crawford, you know, I guess he didn't want to sign the contract. Rumors are saying that Bob was trying to put some incentive, put something in the contract that was going to extend Terence Crawford's, you know, deal with Top Rank, and he ain't want to sign the shit. So he didn't even get the Pacquiao fight. Pacquiao turned around and he signed a deal with Spence. Now, both of them, right? Everybody was trying to get a fight with Pacquiao, but Terence Crawford was vocal about it. Errol Spence wasn't really saying nothing about it no more. He was just like, man, if that shit happened, it happened. I ain't tripping off Pacquiao no more. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford was telling everybody he wanted Pacquiao. That's who I want to fight. So where was Errol Spence ducking? I want somebody to let me know where he had a chance to be ducking Terence Crawford. And that's all I got to say about it.
He ain't never ducked Terence Crawford. First of all, the people that say that don't understand what the man said he was gonna do. And you're gonna sit here and say, we want to fight now. Well, the man told y'all what he was gonna do. I'm going to get all the belts on this side of the street. And shout out to my frat brother, being Boxing News, Rude Dog.
Yeah, let me catch that. Let me catch that super chat right quick. So, being Boxing News, y'all go subscribe to my brother too. I believe he be cooking here on YouTube as well. Says great panel. Don't think either fighter ducked, and I wholeheartedly agree with being Boxing News. Let me pass because Keith went over it so well, Coach. Let me pass to you in the form of a question. So, how could we say that Errol Spence is ducking Terence Crawford if Terence Crawford is suing Bob Arum? Like, can you make sense of that?
No, you can't make sense of it, and that's the reason why. I mean, I don't care what Bob did. The fight wasn't gonna get made until Errol did what he said he was gonna do. So you can't just say, "Well, Bob the one that," but don't blame Errol Spence. That's my thing. Terence Crawford, you know better, and you know the shit that you was going through with Bob Arum, and Errol Spence said what he was gonna do, point blank and period. It's not up for debate. That man got blinders on. I'm fighting and getting all the belts over here. And then, Mr. Crawford, I'm coming to see you. point blank and period. It's no debate. So neither one of them was ducking. Either one was ducking. Now all the fans that for Bud Crawford, they gonna say, man, he's ducking. He should have made the fight now. Well, guess what? It don't matter what you think. The man told y'all what I'm gonna do, and he has not left his path at all. I'm going to get all the belts on my side of the street. And then we're going to find out who's ducking who after this Ugas fight. If Errol Spence get past you, Dennis Ugas, then it's going to come out who is ducking. Then we're going to really see who is ducking. And I don't think Errol Spence is a man of his word. So far, he ain't lied to nobody that I can see. You know? Yeah. And he said what he said what he meant, and that's what he's doing. Regardless of the time frames and all of this shit. He got in a car accident. Maybe the fight would have happened by now. Maybe it would have if he wouldn't have gotten injured. But I know from right now, the man said what he was going to do, and he hasn't wavered. So he hasn't lied to nobody. Nobody. And he's going to knock on that door.
This shit. Y'all making so many great points. I can't wait to go, man. Listen, keep going, coach. I got some other ones.
When he knock on that door, then either the Bud fans gonna say Errol ducking, or we're gonna see if Bud ducking. Bottom line, it's too early to tell. So after he get past you, Dennis Ugas, we'll see who ducking who.
Already. Go ahead. Let me pass it to W_right side, man. You go ahead and add to what these two brothers said, man.
And I think both of y'all just broke down the whole situation perfectly. You know what I'm saying? The thing is first thing I think should be said is, hey man, if you're a fan, it's okay to be a fan. You know what I'm saying? You can be a fan of a fighter and not have to be saying that another fighter is running from your favorite fighter. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to support, but at the same time, we still got to look at things objectively. But Errol Spence, man, his career, the last 4 or 5 years of his career, well, I'm gonna say the last, about 4 or 5 years, it's been kind of rocky, especially with the car accident, the eye injury. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a lot of different challenges in there for the Spence and Crawford fight to be made. But once again, like Coach just said, he told you what he was gonna do. EJ said, hey man, I'm gonna clean my side up first, and then we gonna meet up for it all. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna do. And the man is doing it. So anytime fans start talking about ducking, I feel like now you do have occasions where fighters are actually ducking out here in the sport of boxing. But in this situation, it's a purely emotional standpoint that you bring into the table, because just what's going on in the sport. Look at what both fighters was doing. Like everything brought up, man. Hey, for the longest, Terence Crawford, he wasn't calling out Errol Spence. He was calling out Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing that you have to look at is once the car accident happened, that was a year layoff. The eye injury, you know what I'm saying? And for you to, and I understand it. Yeah, you don't want to fight somebody coming off an injury. Most fighters want a soft touch when they come off of an injury, even though Earl went and fought Danny Garcia right after that. But at the same time, I can understand where Terence was coming from when he said that. All I'm saying is it's okay to be a fan without saying that somebody ducking. You don't have to say that whoever your fighters or whatever fight you want to see and it ain't being made, that don't make the other person a duck. The other thing is
man, I love my brother. Hold on.
He's already expressed it.
I think he froze up on us. But
again.
Other thing I was just gonna say though is the other thing you got boxing politicians in the sport, and so even though these fighters may want to fight each other,
damn, my shit crazy.
Like
hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Man, D-Ray got a harpoon going through a fish. D-Ray, you need to cut that shit out, man. D-Ray is all the way Team Crawford, man.
I told D-Ray he need to be Bud promoter. He promoted better than anybody could.
He might do a better job. Go ahead, W_right.
I would like D-Ray to get up here and explain what he said, because when I said when was Spence ducking Terence Crawford, he said 2017 through 2022. I think that's what he said. And I guarantee you, I bet you $1,000 you can't get up here and prove that shit.
Oh shit, D-Ray.
Hey, let me say one thing before y'all, and then I'm gonna let you kick. I'm gonna let somebody else
Go
kick.
ahead, because I got a lot to say on this topic that ain't been said yet. I just want to let all y'all go first. But go ahead, bro.
Hey man,
Finish up.
shout out to the OG. Happy birthday, KQKC. Happy birthday, OG. Just want to shout out to you right side, man. And
I would sing to you, KQ, but I don't want to steal your shit. So I'm just gonna say happy birthday, as I said in your chat earlier today. Happy birthday, OG, for sure.
right. But last thing, you got boxing politicians out here who you see it's damn near impossible for Al Heyman and Bob Arum to be in the same damn room and put some shit together. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it's a lot of factors that go into it, but when you come out as a fan talking about somebody ducking, at least have your facts straight and be honest about what's going on. And you know what I'm saying? That's all I really got on it.
Already, Dwayne, go ahead and cook on this, man.
Yeah, I mean, like Keon and Coach said, man, they pretty much summed everything up. The man hasn't ducked. He done everything he said he was going to do before Terence Crawford even came to the division. So he was going to clean up his side, and then he was going to come in and get that belt. The man only fought 2 people that didn't have a title at the time, up until the current time. He fought Kell Brook. Then he had a mandatory, and then he fought.
Brook had his mandatory. I got you. Go ahead. My bad. Yeah.
He fought Sean Porter, and then he had another mandatory, and now he's fighting Ugas. So he's only fought 2 mandatory fights. Everybody else was a title fight. So he hasn't ducked at any given time. And he said he wanted Terence Crawford when he came back from the car accident. Terence Crawford was the one that turned down the fight. So how can you say that man is ducking when the other man was the one that turned the fight down?
Nah, he didn't fight down.
He turned the fight down because Errol Spence said, I want to fight Terence Crawford next. Terence Crawford said, I don't want to fight you coming off a car accident.
Errol never said that.
Down. Whether he had a valid excuse or not, it's still turning the fight down.
Errol never said that. Errol never said that.
Yes, he did. He said, I want either Manny Pacquiao or I want Terence Crawford. If I don't get neither one of them, then I will have to fight my mandatory, which was Danny Garcia. He said it before he came back. So, like I said, if Terence Crawford said, I don't want to fight you coming off your car injury, it's turning the fight down, whether it was a valid excuse or not. He turned the fight down.
No, because Danny Garcia was already in the makes after he beat Sean Porter. So he was already going to fight Danny Garcia.
He was a mandatory regardless. But what I'm saying is, he said that's a mandatory fight. If Terence Crawford said, yeah, we could go ahead and make this fight, he would have took the Terence Crawford fight because he wanted all of the belts. He would have took the Terence Crawford fight. He said it. He wanted to fight Terence Crawford. It's out there. You can look it up. He said he wanted to fight Terence Crawford coming back from a car accident. So, I mean, like I said, you can't say that man is ducking. He hasn't ducked anybody in his whole career. Even when Mikey Garcia moved up to the 147 division, Mikey Garcia called him out. He fought Mikey Garcia. He hasn't ducked anybody, and that was his first pay-per-view to get his name out there. And ever since then, he's been a pay-per-view star. So you can't say that the man is ducking. The man hasn't ducked anybody. And like Coach said, once he get this third strap, which I believe he's going to get the third strap, we're going to see who's ducking.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Hey, check this out. Your boy Mikey, Mikey moved up, right? From 140 to 147 pounds. Am I correct?
Yep.
Right? Because he had a fight at 140 before he shot up to 147.
He had a fight at 135.
He fought at 135 originally, right? I understand that. But he fought at 140 once before he went to 147. He didn't jump 2 weight classes. He jumped 1, right?
He fought at 135 before he moved up to 147.
No, he fought once at 140 too.
He had a fight at 140. Then he fought at 135. Then he went up to 147.
He was a champion at 140 because he beat Sergey Lipinich for the championship at 140. But he fought. Mikey had fought several fights at 140. I think he had fought. He had fought several fights at 140.
Fought AB at 140, didn't he?
Yeah, he fought AB. He fought Sergey Lipinich, and I think he fought Dejan Latifi, and I think he fought him at 140 too. I know he had at least 2 or 3 fights.
So here's the point I'm making.
At least 2 or 3 fights at 140.
So here's the point I'm gonna try to make real quick. So his first fight at 147 pounds was who? Errol Spence, right?
Spence.
The big fish, the toughest guy in the division, right? So at 140 pounds when Bud was undisputed, he moved up and fought who? He fought Jeff Horn, right? Okay. Now, we know financially, let me say this on Bud's behalf. We know financially, right? If it went by mandates and shit, he wasn't looking to take the famed quote unquote 40% that was out there. So if you look at the IBF rules or whatever, wasn't no way he was gonna become a mandatory and take the splits over there. You know what I'm saying? And take a chance on getting his ass whooped. He wasn't gonna do that. So we know financially, he might have took the easy road because he ain't got to keep splitting the pie to pay Bob. But hey, man, the proof is in the pudding. He done had opportunities, and you can't undo the car wreck, and you can't undo the eye injury. That shit killed me. Oh, I don't want to fight him coming out the car wreck. I don't want to fight him coming out the eye injury because if I beat him, they gonna say it's just because of that. You can't undo it. So shit, what's the use in fighting him now? You can't undo it if he one fight from it, 2 fights from it, whatever. You can't undo it. Motherfuckers still try to quote unquote say that if that's what they was gonna use, ain't nobody gonna use that. Say, man, I done heard all kinds of different excuses come out of that camp and that man mouth over the last 6 years when it comes to Errol Spence, bro.
817. I don't want to cut you off, but I want to give you this too, because they trying to act like that Errol Spence, that Terence Crawford was calling out Errol Spence when he came to the division. That shit is a lie, and they keep running with this lie. Terence Crawford never called out, never mentioned Errol Spence when he was coming to the division, right? Errol Spence was asked the question, about Terence Crawford coming into the 147-pound division. And Errol Spence said, well, yeah, I'll fight him if he get a belt. They asked Errol Spence that question. That wasn't Terence Crawford calling out Errol Spence saying, well, I'm going to get a belt and I want Errol Spence. He was calling out Keith Thurman. He was talking about Jeff Horn. He wasn't talking about no Errol Spence. None of them niggas wanted to fight Errol Spence at that time. Nobody did.
I don't know how many times you ran the video, Keith.
Let me
I don't know how many times you ran the video. I was just gonna say, I don't know how many times we ran the video. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many times they ran the video of Thurman Bud standing in the ring saying that he want Thurman, he want Garcia, he want Porter. He skipped right over Earl. You dig what I'm saying? He chased Manny Pacquiao. Look, we've been the one calling for this fight. The fans been the one calling for this fight ever since the boy was at 140. And he admitted it. He hadn't even said it. So it's too many receipts out there in regards to this, man. But go on and cook, Knockout.
Yeah, let me get in on this because my damn shit, I'm having to reboot and restart. Let me go ahead and cook on this shit, and I want to get everybody the last words, and we'll wrap it up because it's been a fire show. So I'm gonna cook on this in the form of rhetorical questions. Just some rhetorical questions that I wanna bring to the panel, and I want everybody in the chat to listen to because this is my thought on it. Everything that everybody said was all facts. They brought up a lot of facts. I'm not going to regurgitate, repeat everything that they said because everything was factual. What I will say is this: what we can agree on is that Errol Spence said, "I'm gonna get all the belts. Then I'm gonna come see you." That's what he said. I'm gonna get all the belts. When I get this 3rd belt, we're gonna see who ducking who. So my questions that I would have would be this: do you think, on the way to his undisputed run, do anybody think that Alexander Usyk was ducking Murat Gassiev, who he chose to fight last on his undisputed run? He fought Regis first, and then he fought Marco Hook before that. And then he fought Gassiev for undisputed before defending against Tony Bellew. Does anybody believe that Usyk was ducking this guy Gassiev? I don't think he was. We'll move on to the next. We'll go to Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor fought Regis Prograis. He fought Apinon Konsong. And then he fought Jose Carlos Ramirez for undisputed. Does anybody believe that on his way to undisputed that Josh Taylor was ducking Jose Carlos Ramirez? I'll move on to the next one. Saul Canelo Alvarez. He fought Billy Joe Saunders. He fought Abner Yildirim. He fought Callum Smith. And then he fought Caleb Plant. Was he ducking Caleb Plant? That would be my question. Was he ducking Caleb Plant? I'm going to move on to the next one. Let's go to Bernard Hopkins, the great Bernard Hopkins. He fought Keith Holmes. He fought Antoine Eccles. And then he finished off by fighting Felix Trinidad for undisputed. Was Bernard Hopkins ducking Tito Trinidad as well? Let's go to the GOAT. Clarissa Shields, T-Rex. Undisputed in 2 weight classes. I guess what y'all trying to get me to believe that she fought Hannah Rankin and Femke Hermans and saved Christina Hamer for last because she was scared to fight Christina Hamer for undisputed at middleweight. That's what y'all want me to believe. She was ducking Christina Hamer. Or maybe she fought Ivana Habazin before she fought Marie E. DeCare because she was scared of Marie E. DeCare. She was ducking her too, huh? So I guess when you save somebody for undisputed and you want to fight them last, I guess that just means you ducking to some of y'all. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I'll go to the last one because I don't want to be too long. What about Evander Holyfield, the great Evander Holyfield? For my money, I think he's a better cruiserweight than Alexander Usyk. I got him as the greatest cruiserweight of all time. Was he ducking Carlos De Leon before he fought him for undisputed? Because he fought Dwight Akwai first, or Ocasio or some shit first? Does this mean he was ducking Carlos De Leon? I don't think so. I don't believe that to be true. So what you want to tell me is that because you saved somebody for undisputed, and you tell us what you're doing now. You tell us what you're doing. You said, I'm going to go get these belts and I'm going to come see you. I'm going to fight you for undisputed. You tell us that. And then you go do it. And I'm supposed to get on here and I'm supposed to say, you ducking. I don't believe that shit, bro. And that's really all I got on it to add to what the good brothers cooked on, because I don't believe you can duck somebody going for undisputed. Somebody got to be last. And for my money, I like my sports to where the last game or the last competition or the last boxing match or whatever it is, I like that shit to be the big one, bro. Like, I don't want to watch the wild card playoffs before the Super Bowl. Like, I don't want to watch the Eastern Conference Finals before the NBA Finals and shit. I don't want to watch the quarterfinals of the World Cup before I watch the finals of the World Cup. I don't want to see the 100-meter dash final before I see the 100-meter dash prelims. I want to see all the good shit last, bro. So I have no problem with us getting Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford with all the marbles on the table. I think it's a damn good thing, and I'm all here for it. So that's my argument to it. Like, bro, you can't be ducking nobody when you're going for undisputed, and that's what I'm gonna stick to. Let me catch your super chat. I'm your daddy with that $5. I appreciate you, brother-in-law. He says, I don't think Spence will wait around for Bud. He seems too content. Who seems too content, Spence or Bud? I don't know. We can talk about it behind the scenes because you're my brother-in-law. I got your number. But yeah, bro, that's
was one of those belts that Spence went and got. Did he have to go to Top Rank to go get it?
No,
or was they already right there? Or was they already in-house fight?
Yeah,
okay, yeah, thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all I want to know.
He would have though. If your boy would have went ahead, since he called Keith Thurman's name first. I'm gonna keep saying it. When he stood in that ring and he called Keith Thurman's name first, it was already after that Keith Thurman was claiming an injury. All he had to do was hit the WBC with that motherfucking mandate, bro. And Thurman was dropping the belt anyway because they was gonna strip him. He didn't have to take that horn fight. It was in-house, and there was nobody in the top 10 of the WBO rankings. There was a threat. Hold on. There was a threat to take that belt from Jeff Horn during that time. He could have mandated the WBC with his golden ticket to fight Thurman. Thurman drops the belt. He gets Danny Garcia as the number one challenger. And they fight for the WBC belt. Now it's over at Top Rank. Now you can go home and get the Jeff Horn belt. Jeff Horn work, and he brought Manny Pacquiao to you. So you can't tell me he ain't had an opportunity to be up.
Now, what I was saying, 817, I'm saying that if you look at what Spence was doing, he told you what he was gonna do, and everybody that he fought was right there on his side, right? So they talking about that he was ducking, right? When knockout is saying, okay, look, he taking all the belts, and then he's saving Terence Crawford for last. Well, that's fucking common sense that he would do that. Why wouldn't he do that when Terence Crawford is over on the top rank side, right? So it's easy for him to go right here, right? In-house, get these belts that's right here, and then I say Terence Crawford for last because that's the most difficult fight to make, and I'm gonna have to go and make that fight dealing with another promotional company.
Yep, and I absolutely agree.
Common sense.
Common sense. There ain't nothing wrong with that, or what he did, or what Knockout said. I'm just saying on Bud end, it didn't even have to be in that man's hands. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time,
you would have liked to see him make a power play.
I'm saying make a power play. You dig? I'm saying make a power play. And if Bob wasn't with it, we seen what happens when Bob wasn't with it with a fighter, and a fighter stood on his balls. T.O. stood on his balls, bro. Regardless of how it ended up in the beginning, he stood up to Bob. Now we know it was in a position of where again Bob has leverage because Bob been doing this for longer. But at least T.O. stood up and said, I want to do what I want to do. And we seen what happens when that comes. So let's say Bob didn't want him to go over and do business or whatever, or try to go for the WBC or whatever. He could have did just what T.O. did, but he didn't want to do that. He was in concert with Bob. It was cool. He was going with Bob. So I'm just saying, bro, he had an opportunity to take advantage and put power in his hands. Because I hear all the time, Errol Spence told him to go get a belt. Errol Spence told him to get a belt. When the hell did Bud allow anybody like Errol Spence to control his career? Now he allowed his cronies around him to control his career. The ones who gonna cheerlead for him. But they didn't tell him to make that power move. He could have done that. It didn't have to be in Errol's hands. So you make your bed, you got to lie in it now. And it's still a blessing for him to make all the mistakes he done made, right? And still have an opportunity at Undisputed at 147 pounds. And not have to fight nobody but Jeff Horn and a half-retired commentating ass Sean Porter to do.
That ain't the only thing.
Let me say this, y'all, and then I want to get everybody's last words because I gotta get off of here. Let me just respond to Joan Turner real quick. Salute, Joan. Appreciate you coming through. She says Errol never called out Bud like he did Thurman and Porter. He never walked in the ring. He could have at the Porter Crawford fight. What I would say to that is this, Joan. When he says what he's gonna do and he sticks to it, that's all I require of him. If he knows that he's gonna be potentially fighting the Ugas next, what's the point in doing a fake call out? When all I'll say is
Bomac said he wasn't gonna let him in the ring, neither. Bomac said we not letting that nigga in the ring.
So all I say is this: when the time comes, I'll be right here and I will shit on Errol Spence if he don't do what he's saying he gonna do. But what I'm telling you, Joan, and what I tell anybody else, I'll be willing to bet money that if he's able to beat Ugas, he's gonna come at Terence Crawford full steam ahead, bro. So let's just all keep the same energy and see how it plays out. That's all I got to say on that. But Key, go ahead and get your last words, and we'll pass it to everybody around the horn, and then I'll get out of here, man. Go ahead and get your last words, bro.
Man, great panel. Appreciate you letting me on the panel, man. Great show. Make sure that y'all hit Knockout Boxing like button. Make sure that y'all go support his videos when he drop his videos, and just continue to support his channel. You know, and salute to my brothers on the panel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. W_right side. Go ahead and get your last words, brother.
Shit, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Yeah.
Hey man, salute to everybody on the panel, man. It's been a great conversation. Just I appreciate y'all letting me step in and speak a little bit here and there. So Knockout, keep doing your thing. You're doing it big, bro. Once again, shout out to the OG KQKC. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Salute to everybody on the panel, man. This has been a great show. And I just appreciate all the knowledge y'all fellas are bringing to boxing, man. It's very necessary, and without these type of conversations, bro, you know, the sport falls out. It falls out because mainstream ain't talking about this stuff like we talking about it. So shout out to all y'all, man. Salute to all y'all.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Dwayne Freeman, man, what you got for us, man? Give your last words, brother.
Man, I appreciate you having me on here like always. Everybody, make sure y'all hit his like button and watch his videos and everything. He put out that fire content. Make sure y'all tune in on Friday for his prediction of the Gary Russell card. And happy birthday to KQKC. And I love all of y'all up here. And I love talking to y'all. Y'all know y'all thinking about boxing. And it's always a great pleasure talking to the fellas about boxing because that's what I love to talk about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Salute you. Y'all go subscribe to Everything Boxing. My brother Key, y'all subscribe to Dwayne Freeman, man. They doing great work on their platforms as well. So it's all love and it's enough support for all of us to grow together. Coach, go ahead and give your last words, man. What you got for us, OG?
Appreciate you having me on Knockout as always, bro. We're gonna find out who ducking who. That's all I know. If he get past Ugas, we're gonna find out if Terence Crawford gonna take the fight or if Errol Spence not going at his head. And either way it go, if they make the fight, great. But whoever don't want to fight, I'ma shit on them. Point blank, period. I don't care. Errol or Terence. Point blank, period.
Listen, I'm an Errol Spence fan. I'm Dallas, Texas all day. Y'all screen record this shit. Key know me well enough and Coach know me well enough. If it's some bullshit in the game and it's because of him, oh, I'm going hard, bro. I'm going full steam ahead. All gas, no brakes. Go
Me
ahead.
too. Like I said, I can guarantee you that man hasn't lied yet. That man said what he was gonna do, and he's got his blinders on just like a racehorse. So we're gonna find out if he gonna just jump off the track all of a sudden. That shit ain't gonna happen. I don't believe that's gonna happen because of the type of person he is and the way he carries himself. So all of the people that's out there who are Terence Bud Crawford fans, that's fine. I love Bud too. I love Errol. I just want to see the fight and them brothers need business together, especially now. Terence Bud Crawford. I'm not saying they don't both need each other because they do. But I think that the situation that Terence is in right now, he need Errol a little more than Errol need him. Because right now he has nobody want to sign him. He's in limbo right now. He's in purgatory. He don't know which way he's gonna go. So we're gonna see. I know one thing, Errol's been a man of his word so far, and I don't doubt he's gonna do it again. He's gonna go at his hat if he get past Ugas. That's it, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A17, what you got, man?
Say, man, we already
nice ass avatar, by the way, brother. I forgot to tell you, I'm really rocking with the avatar that you got up there, man.
Amazing
avatar I ever seen in my life, man. Go ahead.
It's on my heart, bro. It's what's up. I don't care what they got to say, but say, man, we already know who got the ability to duck, motherfucker, ducking boots now. But look, check this out. Ain't no way. ESPN not gonna have a hand in the Errol Spence or Terence Crawford fight, meaning money, but then was gonna allow them to get in the ring and face off and talk about it. Stop that. That's a common sense thing. That's a fan thing. That's what we be talking about. At the end of the day, we gonna see, bro. After him and Ugas get in there and do their thing, you know what I'm saying? Whoever come out the wash, then Terence Crawford. Don't duck either one. Yeah, I said it. Don't duck either one, because it is boxing. We all know who I'm riding with. We all know who I'm going for. But on the cool, you got to respect Ugas too. That man did what he needed to do to beat the opponent, and he a champion. So it's boxing at the end of the day. We want to see the best fight the best. That's why I'm mad at this motherfucker now for sitting on the bench while Jerron on ice. If we want to see the best fight the best. But anyway, we already know.
You say you don't want him to wait on Errol. You want him to go get that boot smoke right now.
Bro, I want the best fight.
I feel you, bro. You chopping up a little bit, bro. Oh, there you go.
So it is what it is, man. We gonna see though. And once Errol dust him off, bro, I want everybody to come back. Cause look, it was the same with my Cowboys. I'm still up in here, and I'm still gonna be here, regardless of what happens with Ugas and Spence if it don't go the way I think it's gonna go. Cause it's boxing, bro. because it's biased.
817. They thought we was going. They thought the Cowboys was gonna lose, and we was gonna tuck our tails or something, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's
You
what
know
they
what I'm
thought,
saying?
bro.
No, we ain't built like that. That's why we still
Nah,
26 years strong in the game after losing. You feel what I'm saying? We still here. We ain't going nowhere. Because when we win, though, y'all gonna hate it.
Go Saints.
Already, Coach. I know Coach gonna rob it. So here's my last words, man. Thanks for everybody that hopped on the panel. Y'all really don't understand how much I appreciate everybody taking time out of their evening to come kick it with me. Salute to everybody that hop on the panel. Yes, even Brian McIntyre, man. Hopefully, you can catch the playback and catch really what I was saying, so you can understand it a little bit better. But you know, you're more than welcome to come back on the panel. A little bit less emotion, a little bit more logic. As far as my videos, check them out, man. We drop videos every single day. So y'all be sure to check those out. Go live usually on Wednesday, but I went live today because I won't have time tomorrow. So this week I'll be live again on Friday night, 7:30 p.m., where me and my brother L-Dub Boxing will be breaking down and predicting the entire Gary Russell card. And then to any of my brothers up here, they got my personal info. Coach Key has already been on the show. I like every Friday I like to have a guest, 817. Like anybody that really loves this shit and wants to break down the fights and predict the fights with me, I always want to have one co-host every week to do that show with me. So if you guys are interested, you can let me know behind the scenes. But we got that show Friday night, 7:30. We got the show with KQKC on Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be on his platform this Sunday, so y'all come check us out. After all of the action on Saturday night, we'll be breaking down everything that happened on his platform Sunday morning at 9 a.m. And as I said, I'll be live right here Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Y'all come check us out. I appreciate everybody watching. Smash the like button. Yeah, go ahead.
Knockout. Before you go, I'm go in the chat. I'm seeing my email address because I don't have your info.
Here, I'll give you my info in the private chat. I'll give it to you right now. For everybody else, man, I appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.
Omega Red, man, you ain't shit for talking about my Cowboys.
Oh, no, you know what, Coach? As a matter of fact, just go check the description of this video. My email is in there. My email's in there. Just shoot me an email and let me know it's you because I don't have access to the private chat on this StreamYard. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all take it easy, man.
All right, bro.
Peace.